Brews and Banner Podcast. Brews and Banner Podcast. What up? Welcome to Brews and Banner Podcast. I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, is the Legendary Brew crew. What up, fellas?
I got water, I got, juice or whatever. He's like, y'all need twin legs? Matter of fact, I do.
My question to everybody is,
does Delaware have an actual culture?
this is the podcast that we talk about beer, but we also talk about a lot of things that's happening in the world, politics, movies, anything really that comes to our mind while we're here sampling these brews. Grab a drink and pull up a chair. What up? Welcome to Bruising Banter Podcast, where the topic be the rockin' and the brew. Well, that be the fuel. And I'm your host, Rob G. And with me, as always, the Legendary Brew crew. What up, fellas?
What's up? Is going on, everyone?
Hi.
This is episode 79 of Bruising Banter Podcast, and it's volume 15 of our social distancing series. So we do have two guests with us. In no particular order. We're going to start off with BourgieBeerGirl. How are you? Welcome to the show.
What's up, BourgieBeerGirl?
BourgieBeerGirl.
Thank you for coming.
I'm so happy to be here. First time caller, long time listener.
We appreciate your support.
How many radio shows do you call?
I like this. What's this pat right here? Is that like your let me clear my throat or what?
I gotta pet my pearls.
Okay.
That neck is hell.
Girl. I got invisible pearls on.
Okay.
There you go.
And we also don't say nothing that makes you clutch them.
Right. Well, I think
we probably already did.
It was an illusion. It's all right. Hey,
and we also have BlackBeerChick here today. How are you, man?
Damn. What's up, people? I'm good.
BlackBeerChick.
Glad to have you.
Oh, it was you.
It was me. Don't be judging my whoop whoop.
Didn't know where it came from.
That's her call.
That's her call.
When I see you live, that's how I'm going to announce myself.
Okay.
At the beer fest, yo. I'm the gang. Whoop, whoop.
It's I'm gang. I know. But when we gang, it's I'm the gang. Okay. Like I said, this is episode 79. And before we get into it again, I need to know, what are we drinking today? We will always start with our guest. BlackBeerChick, what are you drinking today?
All right, so I'll start. So I am drinking some beer from Urban South.
Okay.
It's a fruited sour.
Okay.
It's called Triple Spilled, and so it has pineapple and tangerine. It's a pretty color. It's really, really good. So they just released all these like spilled beers, and a friend sent me one, and I posted a video about it. So then they hooked me up, and they sent me like a bunch of them this week.
Good.
So.
Oh, word.
Yep. Nice.
Good stuff.
Friends.
What's the what's the ABV on that, Joe?
It is. Let me see if I can find it, because I know it has to be low. Like it has to be like maybe 4 something.
4 something.
Yeah.
4.5.
I think this can is so light, and I'm all blind. I'm gonna work on that, and I'll let
don't
you
worry
know.
about it.
Okay. All right.
BourgieBeerGirl.
Okay, I got a lineup because y'all know I have to come through represent my Georgia beer drinkers.
There you go.
So I'm starting with this Atlanta Brewing Company. It's their Airbrush Daydreams. It's a tart IPA with Mosaic and Citra Cryo hops and Big Secret hops. They are doing fantastic stuff here in Georgia. They actually just released on Friday a new variant of the Airbrush Daydreams, which I have not gotten to get yet, but only because I went past it yesterday and it was closed.
Okay.
So,
only reason.
That's the only reason.
I'm like quadruple fisting.
What's that ABV on that one?
Oh,
down home because I got
down home.
in my phone.
Down home.
Yeah, shout out to Will. How you doing, Will? I know you listening, Will.
I love Will. Will is amazing.
Yeah,
I know that.
She's intense.
Hey, I look familiar too. Yeah.
That's good. Yes. Island to Island Brewery and Hop and Sting. And of course, I gotta finish
Yeah.
With the Black is Beautiful Imperial style. Shout out to Second Self here in Atlanta. They are the first of, I think we have 8 breweries here that are doing the Black is Beautiful. So I got my
they joined the movement.
Beautiful glass.
Right.
My Black is Beautiful beer and my my drip. Thank you. Shout out to 17% drip for the glass.
Come through.
I'm out here.
Drip. Drip and E-drop.
Yeah. She
like that. That was like a whole advertisement.
Yeah.
right. She got the lineup though. She got it.
Promo.
Now let's see if I make it through all 4 of these.
That's what I was about to say. You know, it's like a 2-hour podcast.
Yo,
I know.
yeah. So where you? So you're not going nowhere after this, right?
Oh, I'm gonna go back in here to the bed.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
especially if she makes some time.
Something.
Go big or go home. You started with 10% one.
Get your meal plan. Get your meal plan together.
Yeah, this one is 6.5, and
That's 6.5.
That's not bad.
What's the other one?
5. Yeah, the downright hazy is a 5, and then the Black is Beautiful is a 10.
So she makes it 10.
Yo, drink that 10 next.
Shorty's a 10.
Real good.
She said, "I won't be revealing secrets on this podcast."
Oh yeah, we like secrets. Go ahead and drink that 10.
I be out here looking real crazy. My honey will come in here like, hey. All right. That's when you look. You know about that look, Eugene. When you get the look, hey.
You know better.
It's strong, but hey.
You talking about a good episode? That's a good episode. He popped in there and be like, "Yo,
what happened?"
Yo, what you drinking on today?
So what I'm drinking on right here is from Elder Pine.
Okay, Elder Pine.
Yeah, they always keep their cans nice and fancy, but this is a apricot and cherry fruited sour ale. Right? It's a 5%er.
That sounds good.
What it looks like.
Beautiful.
Nice and pretty. And it's not real sweet. It just, you can taste the cherries. It tastes just like cherries. It's good. It's really good. But
their Black Beautiful came out on the 3rd.
Did it? I haven't seen it.
Okay.
But y'all know, because I had remember that time I had on the podcast, I had the turf. Remember that
oh yeah. Not the surfing turf, but just the turf.
Yeah, just the turf.
Right. Yeah. The
weird shit with the, what was it? Beef jerky.
Beef jerky joint. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I did was I found the surf.
Okay.
This is even worse. I'm gonna try it. But I want y'all to pray for me. I'm gonna tell you.
What's the characteristics of that?
I don't even want to fucking say it.
Tell me. That look like pizza or lasagna or something.
It's shrimp, lobster, and lemon and sea salts.
That's nasty, man. Like,
is it a Berliner Weiss?
What kind of style is it?
It's Imperial Goza.
I was gonna say it had to be.
What has to be?
Yeah. Lemon and salt. All that lemon and salt. Yeah.
Yeah, you know the beef jerky.
You better make sure you prick your finger after that shit or something. You gonna need take your blood pressure.
I don't even like oyster stout, so I know I can't drink that. Anything, I don't want no fishiness in my beer.
The beef jerky one though was a stout, and that wasn't bad. It just tastes kind of like a smoky stout.
Yeah, I'm rooting for it. I think it's gonna be
shit.
You should have started with that.
Yeah, I should have. You know what? To clean my palate off after.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Now who makes that? That's Evil.
This
Evil
Twin. Yeah.
Evil Twin.
Yeah.
Have y'all had pickle beer
that burp
before?
back is real.
Yeah, we had pickle beer. Yeah.
Pickle beer. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be though. The pickle beer.
Yeah, I like it.
I did a pickle beer review the other day, and my facial expression gave it all away because I was just so ugly. Because that was the nastiest shit I've ever tasted.
Like, yeah, it's good.
Hey, Rob, you remember? I don't know the name of it from Precarious when we were in Virginia on Thursday. They had a pickle beer or something.
I do not like pickle
It was a
beers.
cucumber something. He said it.
Yeah, it was a cucumber. I think it was Goza too.
I think it was cucumber Goza, but if it tastes like pickle juice, keep it.
Yeah.
Because normally it's cucumber. It's normally cucumber, but then when you add the saltiness,
it takes over.
That's not too bad. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind
That
it.
ain't horrible. I had nastier beers than pickles. So
Yeah, you probably about to have one.
Damn.
I like to try the weird shit.
Deb, what you drinking?
Oh man, I am enjoying this brew from Board in the House Tropical IPA from Tales Brewing.
Board in the house, and I'm in the house board.
This actual can is a can that you can actually color. So
Oh, okay.
we're talking about board in the house.
Because you're
Is it
bored in the
paper?
house.
Yeah, it's paper. It's
Oh,
paper.
okay.
So you can actually,
Where's that brewery?
This is actually in Maryland. This is Parsonsburg, Maryland. This is Tall Tales Brewing Company.
Does it come off, Devin?
I like
label
it,
come
right?
off?
The label doesn't come off easy.
Okay.
But I've not. It wasn't another brewery that it says it right on here, like Color Me. I don't know. You can't really see it here, but my kids have they have water bottles that has this similar labeling on it that they can actually color, but it's a certain kind of marker you have to do on there so it actually come out.
I like that.
Not that I would spend any time.
You will. Yeah,
Coloring is good for you.
They're definitely going to color that.
But I will.
That's why he said he wasn't going to do it, because he definitely will be doing it.
He's definitely coloring it.
I don't have that kind of time.
We're going to see that beer in the background all colored. We're going to be like, what the hell is that? Oh, yeah, I colored it.
You know what? Just because y'all said I am going to do it, I'm going to do it.
We already knew he was.
Hell no. But this is a 16 ounce coming in at 8% ABV. It's kind of fading in. You see it kind of the angle I'm hitting it. But it is a delicious IPA. There you go. You can see the golden yellow color, little cloud, very little head. I've already killed this whole can. This is the first one of it since we started.
Right.
So ask me another, please.
Mine was passed me another too, but you know.
By the way. All right, Lou, what you drinking?
Thanks to Yoda, I got the Imprint beer finally on the podcast. He got Blue Creamistry Cream Ale. I have no idea what the ABV is, but it's purple.
I think it's like
that was sweet.
It's very, very.
That's not the color. It's a cream ale.
Yeah. This is cream ale. Blue Creamistry Cream Ale. Blueberry.
Okay, blueberry. Oh, it looks good though.
It looks very, very good. It's very sweet. It's not as tart as I was expecting, but I like it. Pass me another.
Yeah, you can kind of guzzle that.
Hey,
all right.
By the way,
Rob, what?
Yes.
What, Dad?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Rob what he was drinking today.
Oh yeah, what you drinking?
I am drinking from the Virginia Beer Company, Pearlie's ESB, which is the English style extra special bitter.
ESBs.
It's 5.7%. I'm drinking it out of my Black Frog glass. The color right there. It's a nice.
Good?
Ohio.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
You don't see ESBs a lot, so I can appreciate a good ESB.
ESB what's it stand for again? ESB was what?
English style extra special bitter.
Is it high IBUs?
No, it's not. It's not bitter. It's not more bitter than like a West Coast IPA. It's not,
I would say it's like mid range, but it's not. Yeah, definitely not West Coast IPA. I would say it's
when it
more
says
like
bitter in the name, I was just assuming that's what they was going for.
You definitely taste more bitter in it than you would like. I don't know, like a lager or something light, but not as bitter.
Right.
But it's not over like an IPA. It's not like
okay.
Yeah, this I haven't had one in a while, so when I saw them have one, I was like, let me grab that. And I enjoy it. So shout out to Virginia Beer Company. I mean Virginia Beer Company. And their Black's Beautiful is out as well. We'll probably feature that another time.
do a little episode specifically on them.
Real
quick, two comments. My beer collection is getting out of hand. I'm about to invest in
mine too.
I'm about to invest in a mini fridge like you,
I got
Rob.
one. I got one already.
He got one.
Yeah, it's inevitable because it's getting out of control.
You have no room in the fridge for regular food because you probably got beer in there. Like that's how my fridge was.
And my wife has moved. Yeah, my wife has moved me to the dry bar for excess. And even that's now full. So it's out of control.
I got beers on the refrigerator, on top of the refrigerator. I'm like, what the hell? I need to.
I have beer everywhere. I don't got no food, but I got beer.
That good liquid diet.
I'm gonna be real with you.
And then my second comment is Lou, I might as well get up with you after my Wednesday delivery because I got more beer coming to us. So you got a little package.
Put mine in a basket, bro. I want mine in a basket.
It's going to be something. Beer, I owe you the Virginia trip beer and then this beer from Florida. So
I like that you owe me. Keep it up.
Right.
Well, I'll be looking forward to it.
You got the I got the Virginia beer, don't I?
You
listen, both of y'all do.
But
I do have Virginia beer for you. Yeah,
I'm about to say I forgot to give and distribute the pack that I got from Precarious too.
Oh, okay.
And after I thought about it, I'm like, I don't need that all of that beer either. Is there I don't know. Two of each, just so that we could all, the three of us could all have some of it. So
I am drinking Precarious beer today too, as well. It is the Viper. It's the Mexican style lager. It's a Mexican style lager. It's a dark
cerveza.
Yeah, I forgot what the ABV is. 5%. Dark Mexican lager. Yes.
Okay.
They put the smallest writing on these cans and the oddest colors. Like I cannot read any of that. And I'm saying like kind of squint, like look back a little bit, look forward.
You better throw those specs on. Where them specs at?
I got contact lenses.
I got contact lenses.
They ain't working then if you can't.
They not working. Oh no.
You think that Taki will go good with that Mexican lager that Undeniable Vixen usually recommends go with that Mexican lager?
Yeah, probably.
Like Taki chips?
No, it's like a Taki, like seasoning. Like
you talking about the Tajin? You talking about the Tajin?
Tajin. How did I say
Tajin?
Oh yeah, Tajin.
Yeah, because
ain't that the ghetto Doritos Takis?
Yeah.
I was like, what?
That is Takis.
Ghetto Doritos, though. I don't know if they're ghetto Doritos.
Everybody knew what I was talking about.
Everybody corn chip.
Ghetto corn chip. It don't matter.
Yeah.
They are.
That's rude.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, looks everybody has a great beer, but we do want to get into our guests and just to know a little bit more about them, how they got started in beer and what they're doing with your beer platform, as you like to say, right? Beer platform. That's accurate, right?
That's real.
Right. Beer influencer.
Yeah.
Beer influencer.
I like it.
All that stuff.
It
All
works.
that.
It works.
Beer enthusiast.
Yeah.
All right, let's just guess. So, we could start with, I forgot who said wanted to go first. No one picked, right? So I have to pick.
Yeah. Let's go.
That's what Yoda did pick because he said, since, never mind. Yeah. So we'll go with,
so it's timely?
Yes. I didn't was going to say it. I had moved on.
You try, Rob. You try to move on.
So we're going to start with BourgieBeerGirl.
Okay.
Again, welcome to the podcast, and you can tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got in the beer, and we're a free-flowing podcast, as you can tell. But so the questions will probably come after you get started. So again, welcome to the podcast, and
before you get started, you BlackBeerChick, if you have any questions, feel free to jump in as well. This is definitely a free flow.
I want y'all to wish me luck.
Oh yeah, smell that. You see your face when you smell it.
Yo, it's
Right.
Give me a whip of that joint, Yoda. Give me a whip.
Smell it there.
It doesn't look bad.
I'm hungry now.
It doesn't look bad at all, but
Taste is a different story.
it smells fishy.
Yo, this smell like Battery Park.
Yo, actually, that's not bad at all. Yo, this is good.
Oh, okay.
I don't trust this.
It's good. It's good.
You got that.
Good. It tastes like less lobster and shrimp, more lemon and salt.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, lobster probably just for the shock value.
Yeah, but it smells like it's in there.
They dipped it in there one time and that's it. It got lobster in it.
They got that.
Right.
That's why I don't like the smell. It smells like seafood.
It smells like seafood.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. So back to you, BourgieBeerGirl.
BourgieBeerGirl, because there's a whole lot just even in that name, BourgieBeerGirl.
Is it?
That
Sure.
didn't just come with that didn't. Yeah, that's a lot to untangle. That's a lot to untangle.
Entanglement.
Because that didn't just come with beer. That bougie and the beer and the girl, that's a whole journey.
No, it actually did.
Okay, all right.
So, I'm originally from DC. Shout out to
Okay.
Born and raised in DC, and I started getting into beer. You know, it was always around my family. You know, cookouts and stuff. Everybody had the Heinekens and the Coronas and stuff. And you know, we sneaking like. But
no, we don't.
Beer was always like that. Was always beer for me. It was like a 40. It was, you know, Bud. It was they used to. My aunt loved Michelob, so that was her thing. But I didn't get into beer. It was actually an accident. So I went to Spike Mendelsohn. I don't know if y'all remember him. He was from Top Chef. He had a pizza place in DC, and he had Leinenkugel Summer Shandy on tap.
Okay.
Like, what is a shandy? What is that? So the girl let me try it, and it was delicious. And I was like, oh my God, this is beer? So that kind of got my feet wet into the whole craft beer situation. So I started going to Harris Teeter, and I would buy every beer that they had to try it. And so when I moved to Atlanta in 2014, and Monday night was huge here, still is. But that was one of the beers that I had tried when I was still living in DC. So I was excited already because I'm like, okay, well, I know they got good beer because Monday night's here. And then I started really like getting into the local Georgia beers here, and it blew my mind. And so, but I was still just, you know, me drinking beer, me finding places to drink beer, finding local beers to drink. And then, who was it? Jim Price from Atlanta Beer Boutique. She had an event. It was literally down the street from my house. So she had an event, and she did a beer and food tasting. And that was my introduction to the Georgia beer community, to the Black beer community here in Georgia. And once I found my tribe, like that's my tribe. I love every single one of the people in there, and it is it's been amazing. Like going to the breweries and meeting the staff, and then during the quarantine is when I went to do the Cicerone certification. So CBS certified, studying for level 2, and it's just really opened my eyes, not just to how beer is made, but to the business side of beer, and understanding that there's more to it than just what I'm drinking in my glass.
Right.
Exactly.
How it levels and how it affects people. On different levels. So the bougie and BourgieBeerGirl came from the fact. So somebody that I was dating when I first started getting the beer, I would always have beer in my refrigerator. And so he was like, you drink this bougie beer. But again, everybody is your Heinekens, your Buds and stuff like that. And you know, I got Monday night, I was drinking Allagash. I got you was shit. So you know, bougie. Why are you drinking this bougie beer? Bougie beer girl was born. I'm out there in the streets.
Nice.
Watch you throw your hands up though.
Right.
I am not afraid to ask at a restaurant, if you give me a cold glass and I'll take this back, can you bring me a wine glass? And I'm gonna clear out this wine glass.
Yeah, bougie.
Okay.
Pinky up. There you go.
Oh, cheers to that one right there. Cheers to that.
And I was like, ma'am, no, I'm not bringing no wine glass. You got there. You want a wine glass? Order wine.
It's a glass. It's a glass. It is a receptacle for whatever you want. People drink orange juice and milk and water out of a wine glass. Why I can't drink beer out of it?
This is true.
There you go. There you go.
Absolutely right.
Do?
Right.
Absolutely right.
And I think she threw her hands up to show her T-shirt.
Yeah, that was perfect.
I know why she did it.
Boom.
March coming soon. I'm about to get on this.
Nice.
Merch coming soon. That's what's up.
The glass, you're right, BourgieBeerGirl. The glass don't matter. I knew a guy who who used to like apple martinis, but he wouldn't like them in the green. In the
Me either. I'm not drinking that apple martini out.
Put it in the highball. He was like, "It's a martini, sir."
Highball.
I don't really. So you got this big
Okay, so here's the thing.
in a
I
highball.
do think there's not a difference when you drinking liquor. When you drinking beer, I do think there's a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
I got
What do
you.
you mean difference?
Just like a Pilsner glass, or like a nice ice mug with with the handle on it.
I get what you're saying.
But what you mean?
Of a beer.
I don't though. Like, be more elaborate. Like, you think like there's a difference in tasting the beer? Like, if you pour it in that glass compared to like
in general.
You taste them with all of your senses.
Gotcha.
So if I'm tasting, like for instance, with this IPA, I can taste everything, but I'm also smelling.
Mm-hmm.
This is a sensory thing.
Right. I'm using more than one sense when I'm drinking my beer.
Yeah.
And so if I'm drinking, like for instance, if I was drinking this out of a like I got a couple glasses over here because again, bougie.
Yeah.
And but it for me,
you come to appreciate it more.
Yeah, it's
like you're taking in the whole experience.
Yeah,
like to your point, back in the day, like these barbecues and everything that we all were, it was all happening in our own households individually. We typically saw those household name beers commonly just drank right out of the bottle. It wasn't pouring it into a cup and looking at the appearance and looking at the colors and all of that and trying to, get into the whole, the whole smell, taste, type
it's a different level now.
Right.
If you're interested on that level.
Yeah.
Because everybody doesn't care.
Right.
Like, some people don't care, but for people that like care, obviously you say you're studying for level 2, so obviously sensory is like really important when it comes to just understanding beer. So
Agreed.
Yeah.
I thought that BourgieBeerGirl, before you told that really, really great story and how somebody else, put that tagline to you. I thought
I'm not giving him that though. I'm not giving him that.
hey.
You gotta give it to him.
No,
we
all gotta give credit.
I reclaim my time on it. Shout out to Sister Maxine, okay?
Right.
Reclaim my time. I reclaim my time.
The past relationships, you live and you learn.
The same thing. What's the man's name?
She must have been in an entanglement at that time. That's why
she don't want to untangle it right now.
As you were telling your story, I thought that you kind of went into this whole beer experience or this journey of like you were saying, like, well, what is this? What is that? Like, you kind of was turning your nose up a little bit at, like, that's where I thought the story was going, but it was good that you quickly latched on to something that you liked, and quickly bought into the movement, and hey, you didn't waste any time, like you said, stock in the refrigerator.
So speaking of that, Dev, so what beer do you turn your nose up to?
Any styles or any beer you don't like?
What's the style that you will turn your nose up to, Bougie?
I don't turn my nose up to no beer.
No beer.
Now, will you drink?
I will drink a Heineken. I was drinking Dos Equis last weekend. Not Dos Equis, Modelo. We were drinking Modelo.
Okay. Yeah, I like Modelo.
I will drink. It's a beer.
Okay.
I'm gonna drink it.
I feel you on that. It may not be my first choice, but I will drink it.
Right.
Like, this all you got? Okay.
Okay. My family cheap. They drink natural light.
I will side eye. Come on. I'm turn my nose up, but I'm a side eye it.
Right.
Exactly.
Now, you be like, you might ask them, is there anything else in that cooler?
Yeah.
Right.
You get that barbecue.
Well, and for me, it's the glass, the Corona glass, that because it's clear glass, and I'm like, I don't know how long y'all had this sitting out.
Right.
I'm gonna be real pissed off. So I'd rather drink out of a brown glass. So that's my preference.
Gotcha. You don't want no skunk on your beer.
Right.
You don't want no skunky.
Okay.
Well, because when it was bougie, I thought maybe she was trying to look for a different word instead of snob. I thought, bougie.
Right.
But see, everybody has.
It can be equivalent. It's just a politer way of saying it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I thought that's how she came up with it, but it was because my man said, "Oh, you bougie because of your beer selection." Even though he just caught you on a different day. Because normally you do have the Steckies and Heineken open. He just caught you when you had already made that beer run to the.
No, I will say that that does not have a place in my refrigerator.
Okay.
But okay, so what's your? I would ask this though. What is your cheap beer of choice? If you're gonna drink something that's not craft, what do you like to drink?
Anything. That's what she said.
That was.
But do you have a preference? I'll drink anything.
The
I mean, I ain't
ABV is a
alcoholic, but I
preference.
like to drink.
Lennon Kugel.
Yeah,
Lennon Kugel Shandy.
I will drink I love the summer shandies. I love the shandy.
Okay.
That I love that one. I'll drink a Sam Adams.
Okay.
I love Sam, and I drink I'll drink a Blue Moon. That's probably
Yeah.
Blue Moon is technically still craft.
Yeah. Blue Moon's still craft
that's
though.
the low end, and we'll have a Yingling in here every now.
Okay.
And then.
Oh yeah.
I'll let
Now, do you have a ABV threshold or will you just you'll go from 4 on up or?
I'm all the way up.
Have you ever had anything above 10 or above 15?
Yes, not above 15, but I've had 12s. I had some 12 and a halves. That will put me on my ass.
Right. I want you to go ahead and open that too.
But that's me sitting at the bar. So I go to Hop City. I don't think. Do y'all have Hop City in Charlotte?
No. Is it Hop City? Is it over there by Monday Night Garage?
So that's their second location.
Yeah, I've been to that one.
So I go to the one at Krog Street Market because it's literally like 3 blocks from my house, and I can stumble home.
How long? What stumble? Not even Uber.
Yeah,
She being honest.
so I can't pay the Uber up the street now. No,
Right.
I got standards. I got standards on my Uber, okay?
She bougie on that part too.
5 stars. I gotta maintain my star rating.
Right, and they also throwing them premium rates where them crowds be. They gonna give you like that. That's gonna be a $15 ride for 3 blocks.
Exactly. To walk up. No, I'm gonna stumble my ass up the street.
Bougie walk girl. She just want to stumble.
But they have a bar there, so I fill up there, and I love the folks over there.
I also see that you into cigars and whiskey too.
Yeah,
that's your thing. Yeah, what's your cigar preference?
Ooh, so right now, we're trying to. My honey and I have been trying to buy black. That's 6.5 kicking in. Black. So we're supporting Black-owned cigar companies.
What's a Black-owned?
Is there one in it?
I mean, I don't know because I just
got you, yo. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, Bros Lee talks about them all the time, though, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leo.
He's a good resource to get all that
We
info
have
too.
some Black-owned cigar bars here, but I don't know of any black cigar brands or anything.
Yeah, there's Emperor's Cut is one. They're really good. There is Conscious Cigars. I haven't tried them yet, but they're selling them, and we have a Black-owned cigar spot down the street.
Okay,
we go to a lot.
That's what's up.
And but the ones that I have is it's actually a lady out of Tampa, La Farona.
Mm.
Amazing. So good.
Man, she had to whisper it.
So good. So I prefer like Connecticut wraps. I'm a mild to medium type of girl. I can't do the full bodies. I'll for real be passed out. That and the beer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a deadly combination.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
So are
like,
you
if I smoke a cigar and drink a beer, I'm done.
What?
Yeah. You prefer like the short or like a medium roll size, or do you just
you mean the gauge?
Yeah, the gauge. See, you talking that lingo. Gotcha. Yeah.
So I'm a small gauge. I don't. Okay. I got little fingers. Like
you need to be able to like. Yeah, I mean,
like I don't want to be holding a cigar like this, like that.
Right.
Please don't.
I have to be a lady about this.
If I see no cigar like that, I'm looking like
no girthiness.
I know it's just who smokes.
Ew, Devin, that's nasty.
She smokes really large ring cigars, and I love her to death. I love it at that, but she has dudes. We used to go to a cigar bar that has since closed. Rest in peace, Habanos. And she was sitting there with her large ring cigars, and the guys would be like,
Yeah, I bet. You better hold it, girl.
Hold that in your mouth. Don't cover her, okay? No, but
See, I'm immature.
Grow up, guys. Grow up. Grow up, gentlemen.
One or two questions. That's all.
Hey,
I mean, look, they come in different gauges for a reason.
That's right.
There you go.
So, but I love the hand rolls. So we have two. There's La Corona and then also Smokey's Cigar Lifestyle, who's also out of Tampa. Great cigars. The hand roll to me just there's no comparison.
Yeah,
there's no comparison. It is the pull is nice. The creaminess. I got you, sis.
Okay. Because I ain't put the cigar in the way. I'm like, I got one over here in the cut. Maybe later that might be it.
Yo, I smoke a cigar once in a while.
I'm gonna send you DM me your address, sis.
I got you. Yeah.
Send you a little package.
Amazing.
It's yeah. And then I'm a bourbon girl.
Okay.
Uncle Nearest, that's my home.
Oh, okay.
That's my homie. Like she knows.
We go real strong with Uncle Nearest. Real strong. That's the homie.
That's your favorite uncle.
Oh.
That's your Uncle Tommy.
Yes, there have been a lot of black-owned bourbon distilleries that are popping up.
Oh yeah.
And so I'm really excited to try. I think Bro Brothers out of I think they're out of Kentucky.
Sounds about right. You got Rams and
I
Parrots.
remember in my head, all bourbon is. I mean, all whiskey is bourbon. All bourbon ain't. No, wait. All bourbon.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I didn't know until you said something. I'm confused.
You ain't gonna make that 10%.
You ain't gonna make that 10%.
No, that's it. It's all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There are
Makes
restrictions.
sense.
Yeah, there are restrictions on what can be called bourbon in the U.S.
Okay.
All whiskey. It all starts out as whiskey.
Yes.
Okay.
But
I didn't know that.
There are
I don't know either.
Yeah, you're giving us a free game.
Yeah, so to be a bourbon, it has to be distilled in Tennessee, Kentucky. Has to be distilled in Kentucky.
So it's only in one state you can make bourbon?
Right. That seems weird.
For it to be called bourbon.
Wow.
So if my bourbon ain't from Kentucky, then it ain't bourbon.
That's really interesting.
It's
like
urban.
Jack Daniels is whiskey.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up. It's urban.
No, I think Uncle Nearest might be whiskey too. I don't think Uncle Nearest is bourbon. I think Uncle Nearest is whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about? Isn't it called Elijah McCoy? Is that another type of whiskey or bourbon? Or am I lying?
I feel like I heard that before.
Okay.
I think
Elijah's actual name. Maybe not McCoy. Maybe not McCoy.
What was Elijah's actual name? Wasn't Uncle Near's actual name?
Oh shit!
Damn.
I think that's what it was.
It's something green.
Edit all of this out.
We sound confused as shit.
They given him the title Master Brewer. I mean Master Distiller.
Yeah.
Yo, BourgieBeerGirl got us all sounding drunk.
What the hell are we talking about?
We didn't say you was drunk. We said you got us sounding drunk.
You all confused and shit. Like, wait, bourbon, whiskey, what is it?
Who's that guy?
Where that screwball made at, Rob? That shit's delicious.
I think that's in California.
Okay, that shit's good.
The peanut butter joint.
That peanut
Oh
butter.
yeah, it's a little sweet for me, but I can take it in like a shot.
Yeah, I love that shit. It's delicious. I just went and bought another bottle.
What is it? Whiskey?
Elijah Craig.
Peanut butter whiskey.
Oh,
Elijah Craig.
Elijah McCoy was the actual real McCoy. Was the real McCoy? Was was the invention guy?
He was close enough. You know.
That got Elijah right.
Yeah, you got Elijah right.
It counts.
Got it right. All right. Any more questions for BourgieBeerGirl?
No. No. So wait, maybe I do because looking at your So what's your goal for your social media page? Like what's your
that's
goal?
a great question. My goal is to expose people who don't drink beer or who that's nasty. There's a beer for everybody.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I feel like if you only put yourself in this box where you stick to Heinekens or Coronas, or that's all you think that beer is, you're not gonna find your beer.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And so that's my goal, is to expose non-beer drinkers to beer, one beer at a time. So
all right.
I like that.
That's a good
She's
goal.
spitting.
You know what happens though is that black people see. I noticed that a lot of black and brown people see the price of a
Craft beer.
of a craft beer, and they turn away from it. But I'm like, yo, but you'll spend money on that nasty shit, like
exactly.
get a 6-pack of the nasty.
It's
You
a
might
lack
as well
of
go ahead and get a
understanding.
4-pack of
But
it.
you know what I tell them, Yoda?
It's a lack of understanding. People will pay money for certain things. We stay at the damn seafood boil places. We pay whatever it costs to go get a crab and shrimp in a bag. It's all about lack of understanding. So once you understand the value in buying the better beer, then I feel like there's more of an appreciation for it.
Right.
It's just making people understand the value in it. And I think that's where we kind of lack that access and lack that exposure, because in a lot of the corner stores in predominantly black neighborhoods, you don't have craft beer.
They don't have any craft beer,
Absolutely.
And then I think another way to get them in Gateway is like, Yoda, you was like, buy a 6-pack and this beer is nasty. Like, you got to find a liquor store where you can buy one can, or you can buy
you can try
have 30, like how BourgieBeerGirl went and bought all the beer at Harris Teeter just so she could try the beer. Like, you got to go in there and just buy one at a time and write it down. We had somebody, I forget who it was, that took notes like the first 2 years on every beer that they drunk. That was Kavana.
Kavana.
Like, you definitely have to do that if you really want to find the beer that you like. You know?
If it goes to be nice, then you can just get a 4-pack of 10%. You
instead of wasting your money on that low shit and drinking 8 of them.
I gotta drink a whole 12-pack of Michelob Ultra to even feel a buzz. So
Damn.
So you have
water
done
now.
Yeah, like
seems like more than once.
I'll be full by the 4th one.
Right.
Dang, you drinking 12?
Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. It's water.
You did not think that you exaggerated.
I didn't think you would exaggerate either. I thought that
Yoda, she never said that she didn't break the seal.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, that she drinking water. She never said she didn't break the seal.
Definitely just said she drank all 12 of them, though. She did say that.
I heard that part.
That'd be unheard.
She did. She said, I have tried it, and it took me 12 beers.
And it did not give me a buzz. She said, I did not have a buzz after.
I have a high tolerance.
I went to 13, 14, 15 before I got the buzz.
Yeah.
She looked over and said, I drank all of them.
Oh, shit.
It happens.
I feel like if you go to the breweries, though, it's better because you can't see the cans that you drunk.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, if I don't see it, it didn't happen. It's not
right.
good.
And
that's what happens at Beer Fest.
And
they move the glass real quick. They move the glass.
Beer festivals are the worst.
Yeah, that's what happens at Beer Fest. You don't know.
An hour later, you drunk. You like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, you done lost time. It ain't even an hour later, 3 hours later. You done lost.
I went to, I was like,
20 beers in, you have no idea.
Necklaces on, and then I realized quick why they had those pretzel necklaces on, because I was literally drunk within the first hour. The first beer festival I ever went to, because I'm just throwing them back. Oh, pour me this. And before I knew it, I was like, wait. So, I'm down with the pretzel necklace.
We know. We had our experiences not pacing.
You definitely got to have
good and bad.
You got to have your snack line up right, because if you have your snack line up right, it's going to be a
exactly.
That's what I said about you earlier, BourgieBeerGirl. You said you got your lineup. You better have Grubhub or somebody on speed dial.
I just inhaled a Jersey Mike sub.
Okay.
So I'm good.
I mean, we don't.
Is that the best sub? Is that the best sub to get in Atlanta?
We don't fuck condone Jersey Mikes, but
yeah, I was about to say, is that the best sub to get in Atlanta?
It's not, but
okay.
It's what I had.
Gotcha.
I'm a Jersey Mike's girl.
I've been drinking since Friday.
You like Jersey Mike's too?
We're gonna cut that out too. Thank you.
I'm biased because my family's from Jersey, so
So
but Jersey, Mike ain't from Jersey.
When y'all listen to this podcast,
in Jersey.
Man, listen, that nigga is not from Jersey. He does not make no subs the right way, man.
Yo,
Ain't no person in Jersey make subs like that.
Yeah, but see, it's a franchise now, so therefore,
it is a franchise now. But
at first, he probably was the bomb.
The original Mike can make a sub.
That original shop is probably amazing.
That Joker in Charlotte making Jersey Mike subs.
You gotta go to that good old fashioned, delicatessen, slice your meat, that whole
Jersey Mike's is like
pre-slice.
Yeah, it's commercialized now, but the best delis are in Jersey too. Like when I think about like delis,
the best delis are in the tri-state area.
I gotta go to that good deli.
Don't make that face. That's absolutely right.
Yes, I didn't stutter.
Don't act like we ain't been to Atlanta and
tri-state though.
Carolina.
Jersey's considered tri-state.
Jersey,
right?
Pennsylvania, Delaware.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Jersey Mike will be like 200 on my list.
Yeah, they had a.
Also, what do you guys do? Okay. Look, I'll give you that. I'll give you.
You go on the subway first, Dev?
I went to W for a year, and I promise you, I have never had sandwiches like I had in Philly.
Yes. That's what we're trying to let you know. It's the area. It's all the area. It's the water.
Cheesesteaks from nowhere else.
Yeah.
I don't.
Delaware
I don't do that here. Like, don't tell me that you got a cheesesteak because you don't. But you have.
You got a steak sandwich. You got a steak sandwich with cheese in Atlanta.
Not a cheesesteak. I know what a cheesesteak is. My girl comes down here from Philly, and she like, what you want? Bring me some Utz chips.
Yes.
Bring them Utz. You don't have Utz is Maryland. Is Utz Maryland, DC?
It's regional though, but it is regional
though. Utz is where it's at. Screw hers.
They out of Pennsylvania. I thought they was Maryland. Okay. No, hers is our thing though.
Yeah. Hers is kind of.
You rather have hers is
not it no more.
You don't know what they say. Hers is better than theirs.
Yeah, that's their motto.
Okay.
All about that.
I'm with you though, BourgieBeerGirl.
That's is good though. That's is the second best chip. It is.
My family's from
hers. Hers is the first. We've established this.
No, they might be the first, but they're not the best.
Thank you.
They're not the best.
Yeah, everybody got their opinion. I ain't knocking your opinion.
I ain't knocking. Like we talking
the only opinion that I'm
knocking
is Jersey Mike.
Yeah, we've established Jersey Mike's is 213. We definitely established that. But hers and Utz wins too. Hers and Utz 1 and 2.
Neck and neck.
No, 1 and 2.
Okay. All right.
We go 1 and 2. It's Utz and hers.
Welcome to the potato chip battle.
Yo, them kettle cooked brown bag Utz. Kettle cooked brown bag.
You went nationwide. You going nationwide with yours, like Ruffles. I want the Ruffles.
No, with the care package, I'm gonna drop off you with your beer. I'm bringing you the brown bag Utz kettle cooked chips. I bet they'll change your
grandma's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna open them.
They gonna change your life.
And I'm gonna open them, and I'm gonna eat every chip in that bag. And when I get you a care package, I'll bring you some hers chips, and I'll appreciate you doing the same thing. I'm gonna send you some BourgieBeerGirl too.
Do hers make kettle cooked chips?
Yeah, they do. They make pretty good kettle
late to the
chips.
party.
Yeah, they're jalapeno. What's it? Jalapeno cheddar? Something is good.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that too.
You said jalapeno?
That too. Yeah, that too. English is a crazy language, yo. English is a crazy language.
So you were saying jalapeno, but
it's jalapeno. I agree with Lou.
Yeah, everybody knew what I meant. Everybody knew what I meant.
I did not know what you meant until somebody said,
I did.
You mean jalapeno?
Yo, ain't nothing like a good jalapeno popper.
Right, jalapeno.
Ain't nothing better than a jalapeno popper.
Horse divorce. Horse divers.
Horse divers.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Right.
They some horse divers. That's why they want y'all on the interwebs.
Yo, remember the first time you seen hors d'oeuvres on paper?
Yeah.
You definitely said hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, the first time you said that thing, you was like, what?
Oh, they got jalapenos in hors d'oeuvres?
I got to stay here. I'm coming back next week. I'm already coming back next week.
They fancy up in here.
They bougie beer girl.
All right. Well, let's gonna move on to our second guest. Without further ado, welcome again, BlackBeerChick.
Welcome.
Yeah. Wait, let me do my whoop whoop.
Yep. Woo woo.
I got you with the Cardi B. Ow.
I'm still working on my upcurd, but I can't get it.
I can't get the tongue roll. I can't get it. Not sound crazy. I'm not gonna do it.
Yo, before we get into this, before you start, I want BourgieBeerGirl to lift that glass back up. I want y'all to see all this damn all this.
She had a bad pour. She had a bad pour.
No.
I missed it. She got another glass.
It's terrible. It's terrible, sis. Like, for real, it's terrible.
Put that glass back up.
That one. Look at that one.
No.
You pour a whole new glass.
You know how many glasses and beer she got on deck? She just took the whole glass and was like, nope, I got another one.
I promise
But
you.
now she got to drink all that beer. Now you can put extra beer.
The heat on the beer.
It's ridiculous. Like, I'm not even
Just had up was like this.
80% is 80%.
It is. No, it's like 95% head and like 5% beer. It was a terrible pour.
You gotta do better.
Yeah, it was a strong pour. It's all right.
I'm embarrassed.
He said I'm embarrassed. I'm not
It
pouring.
happens.
It happens. It happens to everybody.
Girl, I spilled the beer the other day making a video, and I was like in the middle of my video, oh damn, but the damage was done then.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You've been drinking already, so you might not have leaned it enough. You good? It's all love.
You was in the middle. You were being interviewed.
I'm
hard to multitask
with my pours.
Yeah, it's all
But
right.
before
She
we
was
start, Eugenia, I just wanted to tell you thank you so much. Eugenia gave me my first shout out as BourgieBeerGirl.
Oh, nice.
Page.
You're welcome, Bill. Always. I gotta share love.
Look, so now I follow everybody that you highlight on there.
Good.
Okay. I think that's how.
We drink beer too.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. And if you know your for real history, you know that we started the brewing process.
That's right.
Yes.
Right.
Women,
Yes.
Black women in particular.
Exactly.
Yep.
Montclair told us all about it.
Exactly.
We definitely got educated quick.
Yeah, like we've had a few conversations this weekend here in Atlanta about the diversity in beer, and Eugenia, that podcast that y'all did.
Oh, well, BlackBeerChick.
My God, I mean, it was mind blowing. Just the and not even just about the beer, just about being a Black woman, and the stuff that we have to hold on to and manage and all that, and still be us.
Exactly. It was powerful.
And that's why we like having y'all on here.
Right. Shout out to BlackBeerChick as well.
Yep. Her episode, they took our podcast over.
Went down.
That's probably what it was. She probably was like, "Oh, wait a minute! I got my own podcast.
I'll do this myself. I'll do this myself.
First Black Brewery in Georgia.
Right, though. Shout out to Will and was it Chris?
Is it Chris? Back to BlackBeerChick.
What'd you say?
Yes, we are back.
We kind of got beard.
Okay.
We got beard off.
I'm ready.
Yes. Welcome to the show again.
Thank you.
I'll give you another round of applause.
Yeah. I like your shirt.
Thank you.
Real nice.
So if you want to tell us how you got started and how you came up with the whole persona and everything.
Yeah. So I started drinking beer in college, and really for me that was like my first introduction to craft beer. You know, I always tell the story about growing up, you know, my family, they're alcoholics for lack of better words, but they like to drink. So for some reason I feel like Black people love Heineken, and so my family, a lot of us are Northerners, so they love Heineken. But even outside of that, growing up, my mom, she drank King Cobra, which I have no words. But growing up in a household where she drank it, I would fill the cup and take a little sip, like you was talking about earlier. And I was like, oh, I would never drink beer. This is disgusting. Like, I don't want this. And then I went to college.
She wouldn't like slap y'all after that.
No, she was very like open. You know, she would let us taste it. Because I mean, you gotta taste it to see if you like it.
I'm talking about after she drank it, because King Cobra.
Let me tell you, I used to get so embarrassed. She would go to the
E40.
And she wouldn't even get like 140 ounce. She'd get like 540 ounce.
Oh,
My mother, she's a drinker now. She's a drinker. I'm sitting
That's
behind
where you got
her
the high
like 5
tolerance
feet
from.
in line because I don't want nobody to know I'm with her and she buying these 40 ounce. Because at the time I'm like 40 ounce. That's not ladylike. You buying 40 ounce beers, and so that was that. And then growing up in college, breweries started popping up. So I was born in North Carolina. Like I said, a lot of my family's from Jersey, so like that's near and dear to my heart. But I went to college in Greensboro, North Carolina, and so the school I went to, there are breweries popping up in the city. And so I remember, like, you know, my first brewery, my first kind of like gateway beer was this beer called Natty Green's Wildflower, and it was a wit beer, and it was easy drinking. So like I feel like a lot of people, their first introduction to beer is like Blue Moon or like a wit beer, something on like the lighter side of things, and that was it for me. But more than that, like once more breweries started popping up, I just realized that like I really love the whole like environment and culture of breweries, because like I've always been a little bit of like a quirky Black girl and not really fit anybody's boxes. And so for me, breweries felt like safe places because I could, you know, always be myself, do whatever. I know we had one brewery at the time, they opened up and they had games, and so I love playing games, but you could like go there, order food, play games, and just chill. And the environment was so cool. Like, you know, every now and then I like my club, like to dance my little ratchet music, but more than likely, like I'm a very chill, like mellow person. And I felt like breweries is like a good mix for everybody. It's not the club, but it's not really the bar. And so it's just kind of like an in-between situation. And so that always stood out with me. And so then I live in Charlotte, North Carolina now, and the brewery scene here is crazy. And I feel like a new brewery opens every week. But I relocated here 5 years ago for a job. And at the time, I was dating this guy, and I was like getting more and more into beer, and I was kind of getting him into beer. So every, like she kind of said, here's Teeter, every week we would go to the grocery store, buy a new 6-pack of beer, and would try it. And so just started making our way through different beer, and then more breweries started popping up in the area, and I just started visiting them and just like really, really getting into it. And I realized early on though, like when I would go to the club, when I would go to the bar, like I felt like I had to like subscribe to like, oh, like feminism and like I need a girly drink or drink a fruity drink, but I didn't really want that. Like I wanted a beer. And so I used to like feel so pressured going to the club, like just, and this is when I was just drinking regular beer, like just give me a Bud Light. But I felt like I had to be cute. So just give me like a margarita or, you know, something that looked girly in a glass. But once I realized, okay, you know what, I like those drinks, but it's not my preference. Like my preference is beer. That's when I just kind of accepted it. And so I started going to breweries more and kind of just randomly stumbled across Certified Cicerone and that whole thing. And I was like, you know what, this is something that I want to do. Like I'm a little bit of a nerd at heart. And so, you know, I love beer for what it is, but I also love the science behind beer. And so that really like intrigued me, and it made me want to just like pursue Certified Cicerone. And so I'm a certified beer server too, and I've been kind of studying for Certified Cicerone. But I think for me the biggest thing with beer is like I just love that beer has a way of bringing people together. And I'm a people person, and I'm an extroverted introvert, which is crazy, but I can talk to anybody. I never meet a stranger, but then I also like need my time to like, you know, hit reset. But I will always go to breweries and just meet cool ass people, like dope people. And like literally anybody can sit beside me and I can start a conversation with them. And I just kind of like love that type of environment and that type of space. And so I remember just really, really getting more and more into beer, like trying more beer. And I was working so much. So full time, I work in mental health. I'm an auditor. I audit mental health providers. I'm passionate about mental health. But that can be like really, really draining work. And so I found myself like on the weekends and on the weeknights, like, first of all, give me a drink when I get off work. I need a beer. I need something. And then on the weekends, I would visit breweries. And so it kind of became my passion project. And like, I was working 60 hours a week doing this really high demanding job. And I'm just like, okay, something has to give. Like I need to invest my time into something for me. And so then I was like, maybe I'll start, you know, blogging about beer. And so I had a conversation with this lady and was telling her about like my whole idea. And, you know, I created like BlackBeerChick, and it really was no thought behind it besides the fact that like I'm a beer chick, I prefer beer, and I happen to be Black. And at the time I realized that when I went to a lot of breweries, like I didn't see many people that looked like me. Like I saw white guys all the time. I saw a lot of white girls, but I hardly ever saw Black women. And so, you know, from that, I just created BlackBeerChick. And, you know, I had this woman that I sat down and talked. I'm like, I'm pretty involved in the community, and so I'm part of this other women's organization, but I was talking to her about it, and she was like, go for it. What do you have to lose? Like, just do it. And so, you know, I created BlackBeerChick and decided to like start my little business, BeerChick LLC. And she really spoke life into me. And since then, like I remember when I had 1 follower to like where I'm at now. And I think for me, it's more so just like connecting people who love beer, definitely women, because I'm definitely, we use the term feminist, but some women would say that it doesn't include Black women. So I'll say womanist. But, you know, I'm really passionate about anything that affects women in general. So I love connecting women. I love connecting people, and beer is my happy place. So that's
cheers
really
to that.
Cheers.
With my empty glass, I gotta get another.
So yeah,
You gonna say cheers to that, my empty glass?
With nothing in it.
Cheers to that.
So when you started out with the I guess the beer blogging, was your first initial thing was to start the LLC, or was that came a little longer, or did you just say I'm going all in?
So that came afterwards. Like before, I literally just wanted to post pictures of the beer I was drinking, meet people who like beer,
right,
and really meet Black people that were into beer. Because like here in Charlotte, I feel like we have Black people that like beer, but it's not like a real close-knit community or tight. Like Atlanta's beer scene is crazy. Dallas beer scene is crazy. Like even DMV, like they have a lot of really like dope Black people that are like all in the beer scene. But in Charlotte, we don't really have like a group of Black people that drink beer. So for the longest time, you know, I would go to breweries and I never saw anybody look like me. Like I feel like I was the only person. And so, you know, when I started, it was me just posting pictures of beers and just like, you know, liking beer. And then I discovered beer trading, and that blew my damn mind. And I was that. I'm like, send me all the beer. And then from there, you know, I was like, I'm BlackBeerChick, but like BeerChick is like really, really like my whole vibe is what I'm really passionate about. And so I just randomly looked up information about it, filled out the paperwork, did it, decided I was going to come out with a t-shirt. And from there, it's just kind of like,
I got the shirt.
Yes. And so like from there, it just like really, really blew up. And, you know, I tell people, for me, like, it's not about money or anything. I don't make no money selling these damn t-shirts. It's a passion project. Like, it seriously is a passion project for me.
Right.
And more than anything, it's connecting people that enjoy beer. But more than that, connecting Black women that are beer drinkers. Because like I said, you think craft beer, you don't see us. And that's why I started Black Girls Drink Beer too. Because you think craft beer, you never think of Black women. You might even see Black guys in breweries every now and then, because I would. I mean, but I hardly ever saw Black women. And so for me, it was like shedding light on the fact that Black girls drink beer too. Like, we are here. A lot of us call ourselves unicorns, and people don't think unicorns are real, but we're fucking real.
All right.
And so, yeah, like it kind of just grew out of that. And then Instagram was an amazing platform for me because I was able to just meet so many people. Like, the first person I met, which was one of my closest friends, is Eric, Unkept Everything. I randomly drove to Richmond to support him at an event he had. And so that was that. And I realized, like, damn, it's a lot of Black people that drink beer. Like, I don't know any of them personally, but they exist in the world. Like, be my friend, please. So
we didn't know to the Fresh Fest.
Nope. Listen, Fresh Fest was so bomb. Like, and even before Fresh Fest, like, I had met so many people like online just through talking to them or whatever. And to actually go to Fresh Fest and like meet people face to face in person, right. It was mind blowing to me. It was like low key a family reunion, I feel like, but it was still diverse. But it gave me family reunion vibes. But
yeah.
I mean, it's been incredible, like, this whole journey. And like I said, you know, it's so much bigger than me. It's so much bigger than just the beer. Like, I'm really vocal. Breweries in Charlotte, they pissed off at me because I've been talking so much shit and calling them out. And so they over me right now.
Hey.
But you really don't have people like in the Charlotte beer scene really speaking up and saying anything. So
when you say calling them out, are you talking about not just the presence of Black patronizing the establishments? Are you also talking about, you know, at a different level of like Black vendors, employment? Like, how far are you? Everything.
On all levels. And like I said, you know, I am really big on speaking my truth and being unapologetic about it. Yep. And so, you know, that's the type of energy that I bring to the situation and to the table. And I've been calling them out. Like, I mean, obviously the whole Black is Beautiful beer, it sparked a lot of, you know, conversation at a lot of different breweries. But my thing is, it can't just stop with that. Right. So, you know, if you donate proceeds, how much? What percentage of proceeds? Like, I want to know, because I feel like now is the time to be transparent. You have nothing to hide. But even like working in the industry, like, so I was really fortunate to like, meet a lady on my journey to search for our Cicerone, and I started going to her beer education classes. She got used to seeing my face, and so she worked at a brewery that was hiring, and they had a position open. They didn't even post it. They were just like, Eugenia, we feel like you'd be a good fit for this. Are you interested? I was like, sure. So my experience is unique because like I had never homebrewed before. Like I've always loved beer, always wanted to homebrew, but was intimidated by it. So I went straight to commercial brewing. And so got this job at a brewery, commercial brewing, you know, just working in the environment. And even from that experience, like working at a brewery, I realized you would have people that would come to the bar and would not order from me or not ask me any questions because they assumed I didn't know. They would wait for my white coworker who was a guy. I'd be like, oh, can I help you? Oh, no, I'm good. But as soon as he walks by, they get his attention because they want to order from him because they think he's more knowledgeable. And I mean, I worked in a great space where everyone was super supportive. And I mean, I was the token in a sense. I was the only Black person that worked there. But they would always kind of, you know, say, oh, well, all of us here brew beer and we all, you know beer. So you could have asked her that question. They were really good about kind of redirecting the energy. But I've had people like dismiss me straight to my face. And I'm just like, okay, you got it. But it's just really crazy. But like,
I'd have been like, I hope you get a beer that you hate. That's just me.
Should have given that crab beers every time they act fool. Give them crab beers.
Exactly.
Seen out of color beer, purple. Right? Seen out of color purple. Next time I'm gonna put a little sugar Avery P in this.
But it's funny because like once you start to talk about people and they realize, oh shit, she knows what she's talking about, you can see the light come on. And it's like, oh, so you really do this. Oh yeah, I really do this. Like, you know, and that's been my experience. Like I used to work at another bar that was like a pretty affluent neighborhood, predominantly like white patrons that would come to the bar. And so I started working there. First of all, I'm this first Black person to ever work there. I got locks at that. And I'm very like pro-Black. I have like my earrings are usually like statements, so they usually always say something.
I'm black with the black.
And I mean, it threw them off, and so like I could tell in the beginning they weren't really sure, and then once I started working, like, oh, you want to know about beer? Eugenia's your beer girl, because they know like I'm not just pouring you a beer, like I drink it. And I remember guys would come in there like, oh, what would I like, Eugenia? Like they eventually got to a point where they trusted my judgment because I know what you like, I know the type of beer that you like, and so. It's been a really interesting experience, but I've enjoyed it.
That was enlightening, BlackBeerChick. I didn't expect for. I wouldn't have. I guess I can't say I wouldn't have expected because now that you say it, it makes.
It's
sense
like out of sight, out of mind. Like
out of sight, out of mind. Yeah,
exactly.
But for just the state of the world and the state of that we're in, it's not far fetched. You know, we're a collective that you know we are judgy. We're a judgy society. One,
oh, for sure.
You know, we're a very judgy society. You know, we think that we know everything and everybody else knows shit.
Right.
You know, but
yeah,
you know, like, and we're very stereotypical. So
and like because as you say that though, it reminds me of when I went to Belfont, right? When Rob was working at Belfont and Shaggy, who's also a Black female, right? So when I went in there, they're the only two bartenders. They were the only two working. They were the only two working. So when I go in there, I'm like, I wonder how some of these people feel.
When they walk in and see that.
Yeah, when they walk in and see these two Black.
I wonder if Belfont purposely did it. Did Belfont?
I think, for us, baby.
Yeah. I wonder if they did it on purpose.
I think they did do it on purpose.
But you gotta order. You gotta learn. These Black folks know their beer.
Yeah, yup.
And y'all will figure it out because you don't have no other person to buy.
Right. Yeah. So you gotta talk to them.
And that's when she was talking about it made me think of how I felt when I walked in there. I was like, damn, I wonder how they feel. Like, of course I didn't mind because
right,
you gonna order. You gonna look. You not ordering from the white guy. You order from your brother.
That's not the usual
and the girl I know.
right.
Honestly, the women it's even lower than ordering from a brother. Honestly, and so one of the things that we have here in Atlanta, and we also have a chapter out in LA. We have Craft Women Connect. So it's it's a collective of black and brown women. Everybody, all races are welcome, but it's mostly Black and brown women who drink beer. And just there's a lot of things that have been going on here in Atlanta, particularly around the Black is Beautiful initiative, where I feel, and this is BourgieBeerGirl talking, and at me if you got an issue.
Oh God.
So I know it's real.
Right, so I know it's real at me, and we can talk about it because I'm a grown woman, and I can have a grown woman conversation about it. Right. But I feel like the women in this group are being left out. Our voices are not being heard, and we don't just like, I'm not just here drinking beer. I want to learn how to brew too. But if I don't get the opportunity to be in those positions where I can go and brew a beer, how am I learn?
Yeah,
right.
Well, and a lot of times it's not going to be. They're not going to invite you.
And I
don't think it's always malicious, but I do think that a lot of times with Black women, even in the beer scene and in society as a whole, but in the beer scene especially, it's kind of an afterthought. And so, I don't wait to be invited. Like, so I'm supposed to go to Miami this weekend. I don't know if I'm gonna go yet, y'all. I'm trying to pray for this because COVID in Miami is ridiculous. But I'm supposed to go to Miami this weekend and brew Black is Beautiful with Jay Wakefield. I'm the only girl going.
I guess you gotta go.
Yeah, she name dropping.
Get the
you said you invited yourself.
I invite myself. So like some of my friends are going out there to brew with them. I'm like, oh, I'm going to. Right. And so, and I had been to Jay Wakefield before and met like the head brewer there. They actually have a woman that's a head brewer there too. And I was like, oh, I'm coming. And so they're like, okay, come Eugenia. So like, I really I want to go so bad to be a part of like Jay Wakefield's Black is Beautiful. I'm gonna be the only female there. It's gonna be a dope experience. But the way that Corona set up, I'm trying to decide what I want to do.
You gotta go. You gotta just put your mask on.
I mean, it depends on how you feel. Safety first, like.
I know safety first. But
for the culture, baby.
Let's go back. Let's go back to you inviting yourself. Like, do you would there have been any Black women at this beer brewery if you hadn't invited yourself? Would anybody how do you get invited? Like you're over here and you're saying you just invite yourself, but BourgieBeerGirl is like, why aren't we getting the invitation?
Exactly. That's my issue.
Yeah. So why do y'all think that is?
It's every Black woman that's in this industry. Like we should have a seat at the table, just like the guys.
Right.
I agree. We drink more than the guys,
but we're not given that. And this is the thing. Like I see so many. Like to be honest, like I like calling shit what it is, and so I see so many like white beer influencers that get invited to brew beer and all this stuff.
Yes.
It's not the same. But I will say one thing though, and like this is a touchy subject, and I'm gonna be frank and I'm gonna say it like, so I'm Eugenia the beer drinker. I'm Eugenia, the womanist / feminist, I'm all these different things. But when it comes to my beer, like even when I created my page, I was very intentional about the content that I put out because I didn't want people to, underestimate my skill, my talent, my knowledge. And so, we all know those beer pages where people like are showing flesh and, it's very sexualized. And like, I work so hard to not be that person because I want to be taken serious. And it's crazy because like some days I'm like, well, damn, let me show my titties and maybe I can.
Hey, throw them titties out there.
Listen, bro, I'm not. This is listen. I love a knowledgeable beer girl with titties out. That's an A+.
Titty shot. It's like it'd be like the titties and the beer. And
right.
But it's like I'm not, and I have nothing against it because our next topic may be because after BlackBeerChick, me and Pinky Class decided we're gonna do this once a month. So our next topic may be sex. I love talking about sex. But anyways, so I'm a very sexual person. I love talking about it.
That conversation.
But I like to keep my beer separate.
Right.
And so like I found the need to
from your sex. I'm confused. I missed something. I don't know.
I found the need to prove myself, and because of it, I have to be intentional about what I post and like what I showcase.
Yeah.
And to me, that's annoying. But like you said, we don't get the same opportunities. And for me, it's been like inviting myself. And you have to prove yourself because now I've gotten a lot more opportunities. Like as of recently, people be reaching out to me for like all types of shit. And like, I'm at the point where now I even say no to some things because I just feel like I'm not really feeling it. It's not what I want to do. Mm-hmm. But, and that's why I feel so important about like creating the space for Black and brown women because there is no space for us. So we have to create it for ourselves.
Yeah. It's kind of like a setup. Like the stereotype is angry Black woman, right? And then like your BourgieBeerGirl is like, I want to be invited. I don't want to be like a I don't want to be pushy and say I'm just coming. But then BlackBeerChick, you're like, fuck that shit. I'm coming, I'm inviting myself, it doesn't matter. But in the background, there's niggas like, oh, she's the angry black woman always just trying to step on our toes and and it's just like, no, fucking invite me. And I'm not angry at all. I just want to be included. This is an inclusive thing. Right. And y'all are women, black women are the birth of craft beer. Right. So
our battles on both sides because we fight the establishment, but we also fighting.
Yeah.
Like we fight dudes, black brothers. That's like, hey.
You don't gotta fight us. We support every all black girl shit.
Right.
We love look, I appreciate y'all, but it's other ones out there.
I know. We working on them.
And my thing is, and one thing I will say too, like every day I see more and more like beer pages pop up. And my thing is, hey, there's enough space for all of us. So if you love beer, do it. But I feel like a lot of people feel like I'm not in competition with anybody, and I'll be the first to say that. Right. Like if I'm in competition with anybody, it's myself. Yeah. But as far as anyone else, like I'm always willing to like support. I'm your biggest fucking fan. Everybody's biggest fan. Like I will support you till the wheels fall off. Like if I have the time, the effort, the finances to support you, I definitely will because I believe in supporting people and pouring into people. But like I'm not in competition with anyone. But I definitely think as Black women, it's important that we create a space and support one another because you don't have those opportunities. And they could have said no. Like I legit I saw they was brewing this beer. I was like, oh, I'm in there. That's definitely what I said.
I like that you took that approach. We were just earlier this week. We were talking. I made the comment to my wife's best friend that I intentionally move as I'm privileged. Mm-hmm. Some people are like, you know what I mean, like waiting for their spot or waiting for their time. Like when I go into places or I go in that kind of the way I move, I just move as if I'm privileged. If somebody denies or says no or deny me, I'm pushing that much harder to be like, you got to explain to me why or give some justifiable reason, but just move as if you're privileged. I
love that idea because guess what? At the end of the day, like you don't need anyone to validate your existence or why you're there anyway. Right. So I love that move, like you're privileged. Like you know what? It's mine. I got it already. Yep, and I mean, and if it's no, it's no. Like if they would have said no, I can't come. Okay, life goes on. But shit, I tried, and the answer was yes.
You know what I said? Right. You know what? Like once you invite yourself, and they say, "Okay, come on, just invite another Black girl." Like yo, you're coming too. And then there's three of y'all there. Exactly. They had they didn't invite one.
That's it. No. But I will say that people do look, and I've experienced this from both brothers and from white men in particular. When you say that you are you have this certified beer server certification, they look at you differently. Mm-hmm. They look at you differently because before it was, oh, this little Black girl don't know what the hell she's talking about. She just out here buy some beer. Mm-hmm. And so, and I've experienced it at the shop that I've started going to. I was talking to a guy and he's like showing me all this bullshit beer, and I'm like, sir, mm-hmm. I've had that. Right. I've had this. He was like, oh, you drink beer. And so my boyfriend's sister is like, oh yeah, she has
certified Cicerone.
Her Cicerone. No, I'm not certified Cicerone. I got the CBS. CSB. So she told him it, and the light clicked in his eye. He started showing me different beers. Right. Based on the fact that I had the certification. And it was like, I'm on a new level. What if I didn't have it and I just love beer?
Right.
You just because that shouldn't matter, right? Yeah.
No, it shouldn't.
Like, it shouldn't matter. If I like beer, I like beer.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I think level 2 means so much to me. Like, and that's why, like, I'm gonna get level 2 just because, like, I feel like it's kind of like, you know how you have street cred. It's like my beer cred.
Yeah.
So I go beyond level 2. But if the last fucking thing I do will be get level 2, because I feel like for some people, like, you need that certain level of credibility. Obviously, being a woman drinking beer, but being a Black woman especially. But with level 2, it's like, okay, you know what? Oh, she's serious about this. And I know for me, like.
My goal is level 4, sis. I'm getting faster.
I'm good with 2. You go for it. I support you. But I gotta see how I feel after I pass 2. But you know, it's crazy.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Level 2 is the all day test.
No, that's the one you can actually call Cicerone, though.
That's the 4-hour test.
That's the
It's just the 4 hours. Okay. Level 3 is the all day, and level 4 is the weekend.
Level 4 is like
Coming down, you should know this. We had Neil on here. He talked about
yeah. Listen, bro. I'm talking to the women right now and getting their perspective.
Well, and then honestly, like there are not a lot of black women that are certified cicerones. Like you got Tony, who I think she's on the West Coast now, but she does a lot with beer culture.
Right.
But for me, like I'm pretty sure if I get certified cicerone, I will be the only black woman in North Carolina that is a certified cicerone. And
history.
For me, that's big.
Same in Georgia.
That's huge.
In Georgia.
Right.
There's no certified cicerones and no black women certified.
But yeah, I'm determined to be the first. Like,
but that's another. I think that's another way, ladies. Like you said, like your credibility is never in question when you show your badge and you show your certifications. So it's just like there has to be more of you ladies to do this, to bring the other ladies that are just want to drink beer along. You know what I mean? Because there are plenty of black ladies that just want to drink beer and want to get into it. But you ladies are at the forefront and have to go, like you said, you want to get 4, go get the master. If you want to be level 2, you have to do it for your for y'all's culture, you know.
Well, and then a lot of people are scared and intimidated too. And I think for me, and I think the most important thing for me is like, okay, yeah, I can do it on my own, but like, why not pull people up? So if anybody, it's a girl here, like we've been on touch on Instagram. Any question you have, ask me. Any resources I have, I can share. Ask me. Like I'm about to launch a beer education like virtual class. People interested in like beer education, and it will be free. Like I'm connected with this advanced cicerone for a brewery, and he kind of reached out to me and wanted to do something with me, and so we're about to do like these free beer education classes virtually, and they will be for anyone who's interested in just learning more about beer, and it will definitely help like on the journey to at minimum CBS, but definitely any type of certified cicerone level.
So have y'all?
That's dope. Drop that link when you're ready, sis.
Please.
I'm announcing it this week, probably.
Okay. Well, you announced it already.
Right, exclusive.
I got the exclusive.
But do you ever find any women that kind of deny your beer knowledge?
Not really.
Not really.
But I would say most of my beer friends are guys, though, to be honest with you. Like, I have a lot of women that are acquaintances in beer, but most of my beer friends are guys, with the exception of, like, a few. Like, I'm pretty close to, like, Shalonda and BlackBeerChick, Ale from Brewing Change. Like, it's a couple of us, like, we're all family. We all met at Fresh Fest, actually, and from there, it just kind of blossomed. But most of my, like, friends that I know that I really talk beer with are guys, to be honest with you.
We heard all about the Jackson Street Syndicate.
Yes, Jackson Street Syndicate.
All the time.
Yeah, and that's the opposite for me. Like most of my beer chicks, most of my beer friends are girls.
But see, Atlanta has a different beer scene.
It's because of our beer scene here.
It's Atlanta. Atlanta has a lot of women into craft beer. Charlotte does not have a lot of women, a lot of black women in craft beer.
So BourgieBeerGirl,
that would be amazing. You go into a brewery in Atlanta, and it's just trap music playing all up and down the place.
I wish.
No, it's not that.
No,
okay.
But if I go to
not yet.
Not yet, right?
Where I'm not the only black woman.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not the only.
That's not just an occasional thing.
I've had women connect meetups. It's 20 of us.
Yeah.
And mostly, yeah.
How often do y'all have those meetups?
Well, before COVID came in and shut the whole shit down.
Right. Yeah. Before that.
All right.
Keisha for taking us back to phase 1. Appreciate you, sis.
Yeah,
Prayers up for your healing.
And she said, I got the COVID. Oh, we going back.
Right. Yeah, we ain't nobody going outside.
Y'all done fucked up.
They gave it to me. I got it. Nobody goes outside.
She got it. Keisha got the COVID, but we praying for her baby. We holding her up in prayer.
Uh-oh.
But y'all have so many dope people in Atlanta.
Who tested positive? Uh-oh.
The mayor of Atlanta.
Keisha Bottoms.
The mayor. Oh, I just say.
I like
her. I thought somebody in the circle. Sure.
I had a test done last week, and I just got
mayor is black. Her name Keisha.
Right.
Keisha.
You ain't even have to say she black. All you had to do is say my mayor name is Keisha.
That's not true. That's not true. I met a white Keisha.
I know, but that's a 99% truth.
Yeah, it is. That's your fault.
You said
call it Keisha.
Jenna, you said you took a COVID test. You took.
I did. So I found out like 2 weeks ago. I came in contact with someone that may have been positive, And so I had to go this week and take a test. And let me tell you something, my nerves were all messed up. I was so nervous. It came back negative, and I feel good about it. But it wasn't as bad as people make it seem. Like, I was so anxious my whole way there, like before I got the test done. But they stuck the little thing up, you know, did the little twirl. It burned a little bit.
Oh, you had that one. You had.
Oh, they went up the nose.
Oh yeah, they went up the nose.
They tried to touch your brain.
It was uncomfortable. What'd you say?
It's like the flu test.
Yeah.
That's how they do the
but it goes further than the flu test.
It goes like to your
all the
brain.
way up to the sinuses.
It goes like pretty deep. Like it burns. Yeah. It burns. Like my eyes are watering. Like,
Did they culture your mouth?
No, they didn't culture my mouth.
Okay.
Well, they do got those tests.
Yeah,
they have those.
I just seen an Instagram of a lady getting
my test yesterday just to be safe. You know what I mean? It's been 90 days, you know, since you don't know where you could have come in contact with somebody. It's like at some point you got to go ahead and just say, you don't know, so let's just take it.
I mean, I feel like I got COVID every time I go outside and cold.
Right.
Listen.
Right. Like if I wait too long to wash my hands, I got it.
I'm
like, shit, I got it.
Days a week, so I'm going to get me a test next week because
we got a test going. We get tested next week as well.
If I go to Florida this weekend, I'm definitely.
Absolutely.
You get COVID. Get you 2 tests.
Definitely. Right. That's definitely coming off the beach. It's COVID all in that same.
BourgieBeer said get you 2.
If I do go, I'm gonna have a mask on. I'm having gloves. I'm gonna have a whole head wrap.
Hazmat.
Definitely got to protect that crown. Get you up.
You're gonna look like Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid.
He
had a disposable hazmat for a 7-footer.
Crazy.
Had to be specially made.
Now going back to the certified beer server, I guess part of it. Did anybody sew on their patch? Like, what do you do with this patch? Like, I don't know what to do with it.
He's ready. Okay.
Yo, what you need to do is
She got all her stuff, don't she?
I don't even know where to pin it.
No,
you put on a hat, right?
Because I was like, what I'm doing with this patch?
Yeah,
I was thinking like put it on.
It's like a hat, man. I'm telling you.
I feel like I should get.
But you have
I feel like I should get one of those gas station attendant shirts, like
the
blue one,
Dickie joint,
and put it on her. Yeah, the Dickies.
Like my name is CBS. My name is CBS.
Like, what else am I doing with this patch?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you put it on you got a sticker. Your sticker board, is that like a cork board or is it just like?
Oh, that would be cool.
Stickers can be on it because maybe you could put on like the cork board.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
You want your credentials. You want your credentials to almost be mobile when you go to these,
That's why I said different places.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you just need a hat. That's a good idea, yo.
Yeah.
Well,
then you could
next year when the beer fest are popping, I'm gonna wear it around there. Like
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have it right on the side, on the side, or right on the top of the bill, right on the bill.
I'm
like, okay, you're serious about this beer.
Yeah.
See, right there.
Yeah. But y'all let me know how that part 2 go, because I'm on the fence on part 2. I'm like,
I'm taking my time with part 2. Part 1, I rushed through. I had to.
Yeah, I'm still trying to study for part 1. I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah, you need to hit that, bro.
I know, man. I know.
I got you. I'm gonna send you my notes.
Please do. Yeah, you know what? Do that. And I'm gonna study for a good week or 2, and then I'm just going to do it. But before August, I'm gonna take it, man.
I was going to do it at the same time, Rob.
Especially, I was already about to email Eugenia and ask her for her for the link. So yeah, BourgieBeerGirl, give me your notes. I need the link for the CBS training.
Beer education.
Yeah, August. By August, I'm gonna try to pass this thing.
There you go.
I'm at least have failed it once.
Yeah, you took that thing in May. You should have.
Listen, man, shut up. Okay, you got it. You did it. Right. What you want?
What you failed in?
No, I ain't taking it yet.
You gotta take the whole course all over again.
Yeah, pretty much.
BJCP guidelines.
The BJCC. I didn't study the BJCP guidelines.
I would say download the BJ. My advice I would give anyone: number 1, download the BJCP guidelines. So they're like the beer judge guidelines. Mm-hmm. And every beer you drink, open up the guidelines and read it, because that's how you learn things that are true to style. Because I would say, like, certified beer server, what caught me up the most is like beer styles and ABV and color and IBU and like everything. I mean, that's what caught me up. Because I'll be like, I made a blog about it. Like, the first time I took the test, I just guessed. I was like, what is this? Let me just see if I know anything. I guessed and I failed miserably. And then second time I thought I studied, but obviously not good enough because I think I had like a 75%. You had to pass with 80. Third time I took it, that was good. I felt so defeated. Like I was so defeated the third time I took it, but I passed. But yeah, it took me 3 times. Like for real, first time, I mean, I didn't really study, but it took me 2 times of actually studying and passing to get it before I got it. Because I mean, people try to like downplay it, but beer knowledge is knowledge, and I mean, studying is real. Right. Like you have to study. You're not gonna just pass the test. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right.
I mean, I felt a little fortunate because I had been working in the brewery, so I knew some of the line stuff.
That helped you out a lot. Yeah.
Some of the service actually helped a lot.
Yeah.
Now,
it's just the beer
styles
that suck.
Yeah, the styles was the more difficult thing, but this actual setup and the system and all that stuff, because I was in the brewery, it kind of helped that part.
Yeah. Give me all y'all got. Give me all y'all got today. I'm gonna get on it. I got 2 tests waiting. I got 2 tests waiting for me to take it. I gotta take it. I gotta at least fail once. God damn it.
Exactly.
Yeah, go for it. I mean,
I get 2 tries.
Right. Sometimes you just need to just see how much you know, and then just go from there.
Right. And then the second one just bang it out. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I did the practice test. The practice test helped.
Yeah, I passed the practice test. Yeah, I did the practice test right after we took the class, and I passed it.
Then they also have like this website where they have classes.
Listen, man, it was true intimidation. It was just like, I'll get to it, and then it's like 4 months later, you're like, damn it, hoping nobody bring it up. But I got a podcast about beer every week.
We hold you accountable now. Vixen was the MVP on my test because she sent me the CBS, the guy, Undeniable Vixen.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She sent the guy.
That's the homie right there.
I can't remember his name, but it's a guy who wrote it based off his notes that he was taking when he was studying. But yes, and he basically created a book.
Yeah, okay.
About his notes.
Cliff notes.
I have notes for days and practice tests that will help you.
Yes.
Look, I'm already got the DM. I've been writing my DMs already. Look.
Got you.
What happened? I fell down. I'm up. I got back up.
You got all discombobulated.
She was an MVP on that because I promise I wouldn't pass without that. I would not pass without that. But
that's up.
Yeah, the certified test, like I got the Road to Cicerone books. And I started with the Keeping and Serving Beer, and I promise I'm over here like because you know myself into.
If you could shit is so crazy right now, but if you could volunteer or get a job, a part-time job in a brewery, all that will come to you firsthand. Like I'm a person like I love to read, but I like to read what I want to read, and so but when it comes to like learning stuff, like I'm a really hands-on type of person, and so I want to experience it. And so
I agree.
Oh my gosh, working in the brewery and just like cleaning the lines, doing the stuff, brewing the beer, like nothing can replace that hands-on experience. And for me, like I need that because I can read the book all day long, but I like to be able to like do it.
Yeah, it won't soak in. Yeah, you read it, now you're about to do it, and it all meshes together. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So. I mean, we can wrap up, or we could. I mean, you can play the virtual game. It's up to you. Guys.
Let's go ahead and play the virtual game, Rob.
You gotta ask about the That's up to the guests what they want to do.
Well, she got a lineup. BourgieBeer got a lineup. She's barely tapped.
Oh, they ain't got nothing to do today.
Just open the crack. The black is beautiful.
So there you go.
You about to drink that shit warm too.
She better get all this wrong.
What we doing, Rob? We playing the music? We doing the music challenge?
Let's do music. Let's do music.
Yeah, it was the music from well, I guess I just
I need one of them glasses too. That black is beautiful. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, that's dope, right?
I'm a little
I got one for me, you Dan. I got one for me, you Dan. What's happening? What's happening?
On Friday.
Say it again.
Harris Family Brewery just popped up with a black glass on Friday.
Yeah, they did have a glass on Friday.
After we talked about them,
He just talked to them.
All them exclusives that he dropped, he ain't dropped that exclusive.
Right, I saw it. I was like, "What?"
Yo,
because Tim should have been on that episode.
Yo,
Sean must
think they sold out. I think they sold out too.
And they sold out.
They gonna ship us 4.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yo,
at least look at Dev. At least 2.
Yeah, at least 2. But they gonna give us 4. They don't need to know Rob and then Yoda got 1. Send us 4.
Oh yeah, because I got this
Look
from
at Eugenia's bow. Look at that bow.
Yeah, that's where I got mine too.
I see your bow, girl.
And 17 Drip had to take the glasses too. I got to take the glasses as well.
Yo, BlackBeerChick look like a little ass kid in that.
That's like that bow, yo. Like Minnie Mouse, cousin.
She's like, yes.
She trying to change the subject. You see how she trying to change the subject? I got a beer now.
Where's yours from?
Yes.
Where's yours from, BlackBeerChick?
Yellow Hammer Brewing. It's in Indiana. No, it's in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay.
No, it's just a low though. It's an American style. It's 5.
We got some. We not debuting ours yet, though, are we, Rob?
One person hasn't gotten his yet, so I need to get it to him. But I sent an email out to the brewery, so hopefully we can get them on there. Okay. That when they so they can jump on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
I wonder how the event turned out yesterday. They had
from what I mean, because a lot of people were well, not a lot of people, but
so
like
are all y'all like Virginia, Maryland? Where y'all?
We're in Delaware.
But,
you see it say 302 Yoda.
Delaware?
Yeah, but
we were on vacation.
Area code.
But Eric did live stream. He did live stream from the event. Uncap Everything.
He did.
Live stream from the event.
So did
21 Amendment lady, I forget her name. She also did as well. So it looked like a good time.
Yeah,
we're all in Delaware.
We just stayed together because of quarantine and COVID.
Yeah, we usually be around each other's tables.
Yeah. I mean, technically, at this point, we probably could be, but
it's easier when we do it this way.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's definitely
easier to have guests.
One of us got it, we all got it.
Exactly. That's how I feel. If one of my friends get it, I know I got it.
Like if I got it, you got it. So.
Yo, but the thing is, though, I'm gonna be honest.
You just gotta get over it.
I'm gonna be honest. If these niggas come to my house and one of them niggas give me COVID, we ain't friends no more.
You're not gonna be my friend, yo?
And the crazy part is that Rob's my brother, so I'm still denying that nigga. Like, I'd be like, yo, you gave me COVID.
Look, man, I didn't know I had COVID. I didn't know when I came into the crib.
Exactly.
Listen, let's get over this together.
That's the bigger problem. That's a bigger problem. You should have known before you came in.
I gotta take the test, wait 48 hours, and then come to your house.
Yeah, this is my trick. So the key to COVID, and like I am a little bit of a hypochondriac, so like I always think I'm sick or probably like secretly dying from something. But when it comes to COVID, I'm telling you, I swear by emergency. I drink an emergency every day.
Oh, yeah, I take 2 vitamin C tablets a day. Yeah,
my immune system strong.
But yo, check this out. So it's like a 48-hour wait time to see if you are negative or positive. Yeah. How long is the wait?
It depends on where you go. Most places 48 hours.
So check this out. So I took the test, and I'm waiting my 48 hours, and I contracted COVID in that 48 hours. And then 2 days later, I get a negative test, and I'm out gallivanting and having a good time thinking I got COVID, and I fucking got COVID.
That's how I feel right now. I got my test yesterday. I'm like, oh, going out today.
Right. But no, you man got it you man got it yesterday. God damn, COVID is crazy.
True. So you got to take it, and then stop until you get the actual
quarantine for them 2 days is what you said.
Just drink emergency. Just drink emergency. Emergency and kombucha. I swear by kombucha.
Or just take some vitamin C. Boost your immune system.
Vitamin C and kombucha because you need to put good bacteria in your body. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I've been drinking sea moss, ginger, and lemon, all this shit. Like
heat that up, stir it up real good.
I'm a detox.
Well, definitely said drink warm lemon water in the morning. That helps a lot.
You said warm lemon water?
Yeah.
Or tea. Okay. Tea is so good for you.
Yeah, tea, yeah. But they said
I'm also I do like this this ginger,
I love ginger.
kind of like a digestive kind of system thing, and you mix it with water. You put in 32 ounces of water, and you just drink it throughout the day.
The whole day.
Throughout the day.
I take. So what I got is that it's ginger and lemon and sea moss gel mixed together, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Take a shot of that shit every day, like maybe even twice a day.
Slimy.
Yo, it's not really slimy once the ginger goes in it. Once the ginger and the lemon's there, but like the sea moss gel is slimy itself. But but once it's mixed with the ginger and the lemon, it's
we had the dry sea moss that we
that's what I make mine too.
Put it in the blender. It wasn't slimy.
Yeah, I make mine, but like mine, I automatically just mix it with the ginger and
gel could be slimy.
Oh, got you.
But it's that shit burn. But you know what? I be feeling like a soldier with them.
Whatever it takes.
Just drink some apple cider vinegar. You be all right.
I'll be like, I'm about to go eat COVID now.
Right. You be feeling like Hancock. You can just fly through the sky.
Did y'all see that thing where that lady looked like she was an actual zombie? She was trying to bust through a door. Like they put her out of the they put her out the bar, and she kept on running through, busting her head against the glass.
What was she on?
She started licking the glass.
Crazy. What was she on?
That's that I Am Legend.
Yeah, that was that I Am Legend shit.
That's that I Am Legend.
He probably took that COVID shot. That might have been the first with the vaccine.
Remember when them zombies was trying to bust through that glass?
Yeah, that's what she looked like. She looked like that. I was like, wow. She did get arrested eventually. She probably was like, come on now.
Wait, was she from Florida?
I don't know where she was. I don't know where it was.
Florida woman.
Somebody had posted it. All right, I did play the music, so it is time for 2006. Name that tune. Yeah, 2006.
What was I doing in 2006?
That's early enough.
Some of it's kind of easy. Like this first one, pretty easy.
Wait.
Do we gotta raise our hand
before we do this? What's the rules?
Yeah, you can
call it out. Raise my hand.
Raise your hand. Raise your hand real quick, and whoever raise hands is up first. Can
hold on before you start though, Devin. That don't mean raise your hand and answer at the same time, or that don't mean answer and then raise your hand.
Listen, before Rob even played Yoda, I already know what the song is because I know.
Like it said the answer and then raise his hand.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna start off easy. It's pretty easy because this.
Wait. Is Lou frozen with that smile? Oh,
yeah.
He's back. Oh, he's back. There you go.
I think I'm frozen like.
You back, Lou? You good? You good, Lou?
I'm here, man.
Don't act like you wasn't frozen and shit. Like
I don't fucking know what's going on when I'm frozen. I can't hear shit. I don't know what the fuck. I come back and y'all laughing. That's all I know.
You were laughing at you.
I don't know. I just wait until I hear my name.
All right. Here we go. First one is pretty easy. Here we go.
Hey, Rob, you're not paying attention.
I saw your hand. I got you.
I was first.
Oh, go ahead, Black.
I'll be the judge of who's first. Y'all play. I'll be the judge.
I know who that is.
Me and you.
Yeah, that good Cassidy. That's another entanglement.
Yo,
that's an entanglement right there.
Yo, that was easy because
she had that baby already, didn't she? She had her baby. I was about to say, was that the first and only single?
She had another song. She had another song.
Where?
Not much more than one other one.
Well,
yeah, maybe two.
It wasn't hitting like that. That beat was just like so crazy.
Puff was like, here. Puff was like, here you go.
No, that was Ryan Leslie. Ryan Leslie said, we're going to take all
Ryan
the
Leslie.
my solo out.
That was her boo.
Right.
That was her boo. You know,
he said, forget you.
He took her from Ryan Leslie.
That's how he did it. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to use these beats for me. See ya.
Ryan Leslie, that dude, though. Ryan Leslie, that dude.
All right, here's
is he still that dude, or is that over?
I think he's still that dude.
He's still relevant. Okay.
He just low key.
Anybody was a backup singer.
Death was his backup. What?
Yo, anybody that graduated from Harvard at 16 is that dude. I don't care. You never can take that.
Okay, so we're not just talking about his singing when we talking about his
singing. He wasn't never a great singer, but he was definitely a producer for sure.
Yeah, he was
okay.
Next selection was dope. All right, here's another one.
I throwing you off?
Nope.
Didn't think so.
How you doing, young lady?
Oh, that's BlackBeerChick. BlackBeerChick,
okay.
raise her hand.
She waits, but she put it down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to call a friend, but I know it's Timberland and Nelly.
I'm going to say something like a Timberland beat.
Promiscuous girl.
Yeah, it is. Promiscuous girl.
Yeah.
It is Nelly Furtado.
Nelly Furtado.
Nelly Furtado,
yes.
Not St. Louis Nelly.
I gave her the answer.
It's promiscuous, not promiscuous girl.
Oh, it's just promiscuous.
Yes, because they
because she does say promiscuous boy. Yep, he does say promiscuous boy. Yep, you're right.
Yes.
You're right.
All right.
I ain't raising my hand for nothing.
Hey, I ain't see your hand at all either.
Wait.
Rob, I think you're gonna have to raise your hand on this one, Rob.
I might know this.
Come on now, y'all.
BlackBeerChick is raising her hand. Yoda's raising his hand.
You know what? Lil Wayne had a look. Like I don't know what it is.
Is Lil Wayne playing the guitar?
Play some more. All right.
Play some more.
That right there. Dude.
Oh!
I don't know what that is.
All right, Lou.
My life is brilliant. My life is brilliant.
Yeah, what's the song?
I don't know. My life is brilliant.
Play the song. I still don't know what that is.
It's called You're Beautiful.
Oh, You're Beautiful?
Oh, yeah, I would have never got that.
My life is brilliant.
You never heard this song, no?
You're beautiful. I never. That's the only part that I've ever heard. I never heard it.
Oh, really?
My life is brilliant. You never heard that first line? That first line is good.
When Lou said my life is brilliant, I didn't know what the hell he was talking about.
Love that first line.
Rob, after this episode is over, you need to go.
My life is brilliant.
You need to call Yoda Noah 2 times.
Two times. Go hug your boy. After the show over, go hug your boy.
I guess because it's so close in
Noah.
My speech pattern.
Noah and Yoda. Noah and Yoda.
Yeah.
Noah and Yoda.
My life is brilliant. Hit it.
My life is brilliant. My life is pure.
Here you go. So nobody got that one. So here we go.
I got it.
Nah.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Yoda.
Yoda got it first.
Yoda.
So that's Gnarls Barkley.
You smell.
Right. That's Gnarls Barkley. What's the song? Crazy?
There you go. There you go.
Okay. See, I
play that out a little bit. Give me 30 seconds of that. I like that song.
Yeah, me too.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that day.
Nobody knows the words though. You just record.
I do know the words, but
the words are real good though. Like he is crazy. He definitely crazy. He gone crazy. He coming out of crazy. He got a lot of crazy in that.
What the fuck
lyrics.
is Devin eating? There better be some uts.
You know he the chip monster. He eats chips. He probably got some uts.
Nigga, there better be uts.
Kettles. Some uts kettles.
At Doritos.
He got Suburban Takis.
Suburban Takis.
I'm just drinking beer.
Go ahead and order. Pick it up from. Go ahead and hit that.
You're stupid.
I am.
All right, here's another one. That's probably easy.
Yoda got that one too. That would be Check Up On It, and that is
I got it.
And Slim Thugger.
Bougie Beer. You didn't get it.
You did not. You did not. You can't say you got it. And
that's
didn't
because
even
first.
Her 10% is taking over, so she thinks she's fast, but she's really slow.
She's like,
I got it.
Right.
Who was it? Don't forget Slim Thug first.
she's like,
Yoda got it first.
Yeah,
Yoda
Slim Thug. Don't forget Slim Thug. Was wasn't that off a soundtrack? Was that off the Pink Panther, right?
Austin
Pink
Powers.
Panther?
No, the
Nah.
Yeah, Pink Panther.
Pink Panther. Austin Powers was a wild.
Bumby was in it too, right? Wasn't it Bumby?
Yeah, Bumby was on it. Yeah, Bumby was on there.
Who was?
Yeah. I think he did the Did you do the first verse?
That was a wonderful video. That was a wonderful video. Beyonce did great in that video.
Work it was pretty good too.
Yeah. You talking about the Awesome Powers joint?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah. Foxy Mama was you know.
All right.
Sorry, ladies. Sorry.
Focus.
Yeah, I'm back. Come on, guys. Yoda,
you got it again?
That would be Riding Dirty by
that
nigga name.
Chameleonaire.
Chameleonaire.
Millionaire or Chameleonaire?
I think it's CH. Isn't it CH?
Yeah, it is CH.
But
it's Chameleonaire.
It's
Chameleonaire.
So 2006 was your bag, yo. I see.
Yo, I was in my bag, boy. Shit, I was
he ain't know that Life is Brilliant though. He couldn't pull it out, but everything else he got.
I wasn't fucking with that. You're beautiful.
You're singing it. You know it. You know it. You like that song.
Here's one.
Oh God, that's BlackBeerChick.
I got this all day. That million flies without you.
Just want to be with you. Want to be with you.
I'll be in a good mood. You know, they play all the trap music. You get low. You feeling good. Then they throw that on the end of the night. I get all of my feelings. And
fuck your whole life up.
Listen. Mary and some dag on music. Mary.
Yo, but Mary.
Shit.
I haven't fucked with Mary since she stopped doing drugs. Moving on.
That's not right.
No, I just saw a post. Speaking of Mary,
bring up old stuff, Yoda. That's
speaking of Mary, I just saw a post.
She looked good.
She looked good
on IG with her.
She
and
looked
Maxwell.
better than she used to.
Was I showing you that, Rob?
Who was this?
Mary J was sitting on Maxwell's lap.
Oh yeah.
Was I showing that to you? I was like, yo, it's
Maxwell. Lucky.
Yo, that nigga probably was in the air going.
You said they did something together.
Definitely. He told her, "Pray God you can call."
God.
They went on tour together, so it could be different. They went on tour together, so
he still sung in her ear. I don't care what if they went on tour and it was platonic as hell. He still sung in her ear one time.
Edit it out like 5 minutes. We're gonna leave.
Because my favorite movie is Love and Basketball.
Girl.
Classic.
And I always thought I was going to lose my virginity to that Maxwell song.
You had
we ain't editing it out. You got that.
What was it, Master P? Was it No Limit Soldier? You lost it to No Limit Soldier, Master P song?
She lost it to the
There was no music playing. Let me just say that.
Hey guys, since we doing trivia real quick, listen, I'm a bounce. My daughter is like crying right now. I want to go back to the pool before they close before 4 o'clock.
Get that pool. Put her in the tub.
Go ahead and get back in
dump
the
some bleach in that joint. Put her in the tub with some bleach.
And I'm gonna leave you guys, but let's do this again soon. I enjoyed you guys.
Dev.
Before Dev leaves, y'all ladies are always welcome on the podcast.
Yes.
BlackBeerChick, you can always just invite yourself if you would like to.
Yeah.
If you invite yourself, just invite me. I'm gonna come.
Right, and then bring one with. Bring one with.
Exactly.
What you say, Yoda? You was gonna tell me something.
No, yeah, I did.
You did. I didn't hear it.
A little bit of bleach. And some blue dye.
Ooh, I wouldn't guarantee.
Make sure she got her goggles and her floaties.
And she came out blue. Look,
look, she already don't like me. You be like, yo, Yoda said to do this. She's like, yo, I'm gonna kill that nigga.
She's working really, really hard about actually swimming in this 10 feet that she is like wanting to touch this bottom. And so I'm gonna let her live and be great and let her go ahead into this 10 feet.
Yeah, go put your dad hat on, cuz.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
Y'all be safe.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys.
All right. Bye. All right. Well, we got one more anyway. So this is the last one.
He gonna keep his profile up this whole time though? Take your profile down. Like you can log out.
I think it stays on.
Colton.
Log him out.
Yeah, because I think he logged. I think he just turned his video off.
Yeah, I like that. That Colton shit, I love it. You know, that's my joint right
Why can't we just see the bathroom outline? Look at Devin smiling at us.
I like this shit.
Right,
Colton look. Colton Banks.
Here's the last one. It's pretty simple too. 2006 was actually a pretty solid year.
It was a good year, yeah. Hey.
I got that.
Yeah, BourgieBeerGirl, we'll give it to you. BourgieBeerGirl.
Sexy back, Justin.
Yeah. Appropriation Nation.
They came on to the club, boy. They used to get all the shoulders.
You got all the shoulders.
Oh, these shoulders in Baltimore.
It was like, yo.
Oh, that was your Baltimore life was Justin Timberlake. 2006, he was in Baltimore.
99 to 2006 was my Baltimore life. Like,
okay.
Oh, niggas is going home like, yo, I don't know if you've seen her, but the girl with the shoulders.
Oh yeah, you went to Morgan State. Like, I can't wait to meet the girl with the shoulders.
Girl with the shoulders.
Yo, did you see the girl with the true shoulders? The true shoulders. You see them true shoulders? She was
right. She was talking to her mother. She was talking to her mother and her father.
My mother.
True.
Please come up every once in a while.
Yo, but no offense to Baltimore people, but I hope y'all are offended. Y'all, their language.
See, it's not all Baltimore though. It's the black side and the white side. So black side is the only one that say true. It ain't.
I was about to say, like, I know a white guy that's from Baltimore, and he's horrible. He
must have been on that. He must have been hanging
out. Yeah, I got that dead Doug outside. What? The dead Doug? What?
Yo,
why is he dead? Why is he dead anyway?
To figure out what the fuck a Doug was.
You guys, the first time I found out, I saw one. The first time he was like, "Look at that Doug over there." I'm like, "What's a Doug?" I gotta take the Doug out for a walk. What?
A Doug. I got a cousin named Doug.
You want to walk him? Why you want to walk Doug?
Yeah.
See, I know too many Baltimore. I know too many Baltimore folks. I'm not.
No, Baltimore has a place in my heart.
Yeah, Baltimore's special, man. My favorite cousin from Baltimore. He talked just like I'm mentioning. So.
Them oohs and they cut the in half.
Yeah, like what happens?
They do that.
That's funny. That is funny.
I love Baltimore. It took me about 6 months to figure out what a half and half was because in called it iced tea lemonade mix.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but now I know chicken box half and half, salt, pepper, ketchup.
Yeah. That's definitely Baltimore lingo. Yeah. I don't know what you just ordered. I don't know what you ordered, but I heard that before.
She ordered a chicken box with
mofo sauce on the side, okay?
Yep.
What about that mofo sauce?
Yeah, with lemonade and tea. Yeah, that's big. That's big in Baltimore. That's
white people call it Arnold Palmer.
Yeah,
Arnold Palmer. Look,
Arnold Palmer.
We were at a restaurant. My sister ordered Arnold Palmer. I was like, "What is Arnold Palmer?" She was like, "It's a half and half."
Your sister was being bougie.
Arnold Palmer, she was being bougie.
She bougie.
She probably don't know who the hell Arnold Palmer is, but she said
it.
Give me one of them, though.
Why you ordering Arnold
Palmer? He was a golf player that just liked to mix.
He was a golf player.
Yeah.
He supposedly invented it though.
Yeah.
He's always drinking.
He's on the cover of like the Arizona teas.
That's why I was drinking that shit way before he would say that.
I felt like before you knew who he was, you was drinking it.
Like we were drinking half and half before he called it a day.
Yeah, right. Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, he probably called half and half. He probably
Have you finished your Black is Beautiful beer yet?
No.
This was like I drank this shit like it was water. It was so light.
What you have in that? What was that?
That's because you got your mama blood in you.
This from her ancestors.
Yeah, that's why.
Well, she said she got a high tolerance, so she's like,
She did drink 13 beers. She did drink 13 beers without no buzz.
Liquor like water. I do liquor like it's water. So beer slows me down a little bit though.
Right. So you know you can't drink with her. She be like, I'm gonna drink you on the table. Yep, you right. You got that.
You got that. You win.
It depends because at Fresh Fest I got messed up, but we were mixing so much beer. Like, oh my god, we mixed so much beer.
Yeah, it was
right. At about 11 o'clock I was done.
Right, and then if you hit the whiskey tables, then you had that to it.
Exactly.
Yo, the whiskey table put me over the top. That's what hit me hard.
I couldn't even drink the whole thing of the. I'm like, nope. I took a sip. I'm like, oh, this tastes good, and this tastes too good for me to finish. I already know where I'll be.
Yeah, I just don't like. I don't like wasting shit at a beer fest.
I see what you do.
Exactly.
Right.
You gotta tell them how to pour. That's the trick. You gotta be like, don't fill this shit up today. Like I just want to taste it.
Give me a shot.
You can fill it up. I'm gonna drink it.
I'm different than you, yo. When I go to the beer fest, I want to taste all the beer.
Yeah, me too.
But I can't. I don't want to be.
I still haven't tasted. I didn't taste all the beer at beer fest.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't even get close. I missed
BourgieBeerGirl, you didn't go to the beer fest?
Okay, so let me tell y'all my story.
Shit, I shouldn't ask.
She was waiting. She was waiting.
Dregs and the same weekend as Dames and Dregs. So
right.
Our beer fest here in Atlanta.
Okay.
So I had already bought my tickets, and then I'm seeing videos from the beer share, from the bottle share, and from the fest, and I'm like, well, why the fuck am I here? This is some bullshit.
You like, oh, they lit.
Now what? The Dames and Dregs is like an Atlanta beer fest.
It's an Atlanta beer fest, all women's beer festival, right?
Okay. Is it a just an all women's thing, or is it like a black, like how Fresh Fest is? It's just
Fresh Fest. No.
Okay.
It's a women's beer festival.
Gotcha.
I saw the promo for it.
Everybody's there, but it's basically for women in beer.
So
yeah.
This is bad. Did I meet any of y'all at Fresh Fest?
Yo, I don't know.
I saw you, but we didn't meet.
Because I'm bad about.
I never forget the. I knew you were Black Beer. You were semi-famous at the beer fest though. You had like a little bit of a crowd, if I remember.
You wasn't with nobody.
I ain't nobody.
I feel like at least like 5-6 people was like following you at all times.
Was you with somebody else? No.
So me and Eric, we
we did go to the table. Yeah,
right, because we was hanging out with Uncapped Everything for a minute. Yeah.
Yo, she was there when I drank out of Angie's glass.
Okay, but I met so many people at Fresh Fest. Like I don't remember everybody. Like I met fucking 17% Drip. I met Sean, and I'm talking to him the other day on Instagram. I'm like, I can't wait because his videos crack me up. Swallow it. Like he just be so. He's so inappropriate, but it be cracking me up. And I'm like, I cannot wait to like meet you again. And then I was going through like his Instagram. I was like, damn, we took a picture together at the bottle share. I do not remember. Like I cannot remember.
Bottle share.
That was a good time.
I was high key, not even low. I was high key jealous watching the videos from the bottle share.
Yo, just imagine being in the same city and not going.
You should have.
We were working.
Because we were interviewing, I think we were interviewing Chris from or Smidox.
Yeah, it was both of them. Yep. Because they both came through that day. I mean, we got a podcast out of it, so you know.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Next time we'll do the podcast and just interview everybody at the beer share.
Are there good Delaware breweries? I've never been to Delaware before.
Well,
we got quite a few. We got a couple. Mm-hmm. We coming up there. We got at least.
For beer. I may add Delaware to the list.
Yeah,
when you come to Jersey, any place in Jersey is less than 2 hours away from Delaware.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And Angie said she was going to add it to the list. We got a couple. We got a few.
Yeah.
Even around where I live, we have at least 4, maybe.
Like 4.
Yeah.
Are y'all breweries open right now, or is stuff closed down?
They open.
They're open.
Okay.
They open. I mean, limited capacities. Like you have to make a reservation for some of them.
Okay.
And distance, but they're open.
Okay.
So
Yo, but one thing you can't do is that if you come and don't hit us up, shit, you better not ever come.
Don't come.
I would never do that.
Don't come. I better not see no picture of her at the Wilmington Brewer.
Yeah, talk about I can't
right next door.
And that would be the worst because that's like
literally you could throw a rock.
I could stumble home from Wilmington Brewer.
Feel closer.
My trip is nice. We're like, what?
You can't do that. That's a party foul.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'll be in Atlanta on Thursday, but I'm not gonna be long. It'll be a day trip though. I'm coming down. So New Realm is brewing there. Black is Beautiful, and my friend asked me to come and help with that.
Girl, I live down the street from New Realm. I'm coming.
Okay, come. Meet me there.
There you go.
You invited me. Come on.
Well, listen, I'm gonna be in Atlanta at the end of the year. I mean, the end of the month.
Okay.
Let me know.
But I need to come and get down home beer and whatever else black beer is down there. So I can bring it back.
So and that's the lovely thing. So we have a lot of home brewers, black brewers. That's home brewing.
Why don't you home brew, BourgieBeerGirl?
Huh?
She was scared at first.
You said what?
You should home brew. Start there.
I should, and
it's a good experience.
I'm intimidated, but I'm getting over it.
This is what you can do, right?
Does your friend like beer too? This you call him your honey? Does he like beer? Oh, that's a project. That's a relationship project.
Matter of fact, what you can do, because one of our sponsors is
there you go, boy. See, boy.
Brew. So what you can do?
You was riding the Segway earlier, and now you on the Segway.
Look, I want to wait till I get on here, see if I could get like a little, like the homeboy hookup on that contest.
We got a promo code.
If you put your name on the contest, you might win.
Yeah, you might win. But also, we got a promo code that you can use when you go on to Craft Brew, which is BBP4, right? And
the number 4.
Yep,
the number 4.
BBP number 4.
And the
Bruising Banter Podcast 4.
Number 4. Yeah. Yep.
And you get 15% off. But
15% off for the beer.
But for everybody listening, and it'll still be going on by the time this drops on Tuesday. But if you post on Instagram under the post about the contest, you win a Hefeweizen kit.
Yeah.
That'll be shipped directly from Craft Brew.
Yep. Listen, and I have hops for days. I have so many hops. Like I will, girl. We can talk about this. You can send me a cigar. I'm gonna see you. I have so many hops. Like we gonna do an exchange. You send me a cigar.
I'm gonna see you hops.
Do an
See,
exchange.
look what we did. We did it again, guys. We
always do it. That's what we
always keep black women together in beer.
I went to a beer conference for our North Carolina Brewing Guild, and I got in good with the hops rep.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Me like fucking hops for days.
Yeah,
like experimental hops, like all kind of hops.
Oh, so you brewing. You gonna be real brewing.
Right.
My friend is home brewing today. So when I get off this call, I'm gonna go to her house. But yeah,
you like really brewing when you put the extra really like Jada did for August. Really good friend. All right, I'm wrapping up with that.
Lou, when you come, let's meet up.
I'm DMing you right now. I'm DMing you right now.
Yep,
okay.
And make sure
that
that promo code.
DM me your number, because I'll be in Atlanta Thursday.
Okay, yeah, no. Even if I don't get over there, because I gotta go to the office on Thursday. So even if I don't get over there, I'll meet you in New Round, and we can go sit down with a beer.
Okay,
there you go.
I can literally walk.
That's what I'm talking
about. She stumbled from there many times. She good.
I can walk. I've stumbled. I can definitely walk.
Yo, just make sure you know that you got to give her a ride home when y'all do
Because I'm doing like a quick turnaround trip. So,
okay, that's cool, y'all. That's
all right. Well, this has been episode 79 of Brews and Banter Podcast. I want to thank our guests, BourgieBeerGirl and BlackBeerChick, for coming on.
Thank you very much for coming. Anytime you guys want to invite yourselves back, please.
I'm inviting.
Yeah. But before we go, we always need to know how they can find you on social media and anywhere else you have a presence on. So, BourgieBeerGirl, how can they find you?
I'm on Instagram, BourgieBeerGirl, BourgieBeerGirl.
You had to go with that voice.
I got to stop it.
Yeah, she put her professional voice on. You heard that?
About the tone change.
Yeah, whole tone change. It went to 10 o'clock at night.
Right, it was 10 o'clock at night.
It went to definitely 10 o'clock at night with Tony Brown voice. Yeah, the Quiet Storm with Tony Brown.
She hit that shit like I got confused for a second. I was looking on the screen like, who's talking?
We got another guest.
That must have been at 10% talking.
Right.
Find my honey.
Right though.
She feeling good right now.
He's about to be lucky.
Well, yeah, because she got that 10%. She almost finished.
Yeah, she almost done. She about to be in there like.
Just tell him. Just say. Just tell him. You're welcome.
Yeah.
She's about to go walk in that room and be like, babe, BOURGIE.
It's 10 o'clock at night somewhere.
Right? Go. There you go.
Take a little nap, wake up and do it all over again.
And BlackBeerChick, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, BlackBeerChick. It's spelled the way it sounds. On Facebook, BeerChick LLC. And you can check out my website at BlackBeerChick.com.
Great. And
Oh, I'm here.
And also the what is it, black women drink beer
Oh
too?
yeah, and also black girls drink beer too on Instagram. Yeah,
follow.
And soon to come that
yeah, because she gets some nice profiles of a women who drink beer.
Yep.
So it's dope.
Yeah, it's a really good page.
I need somebody to create a black.
We following
Never
all
mind. I'm not gonna say
a black what?
Say it.
You do.
So,
you can say it off. You want to say it off air?
Okay. No, I'm
Say it
gonna
on
say
there.
it now. It doesn't matter.
Go ahead. Another exclusive.
So black girls drink beer too. It's black women that are into beer, but like it's like an open space. You can follow them, get in contact with. I need somebody to create a black single men drink beer too, because it would just be nice. Like
I'm just saying,
thirsty for more than just beer. I said you thirsty for more than just beer. You better get out of here with that shit.
No shame. I hear it.
No,
I like that idea.
Because you know what?
That's a good idea though.
So two things I'll say, like even going to Fresh Fest, me and Angie, I laughed with Angie about this, but I don't even know if I had the conversation with her. But Angie was like, "Oh, I'm so excited to go to Fresh Fest. It's gonna be some single men here," and like everybody at Fresh Fest were attached. But then not only that, like when it comes to like wanting to meet someone that kind of shares like a common interest and like maybe in my common interest, all the black guys that I know that share the common interest of beer, they're already attached, and if they're not attached, they're dating someone that doesn't look like me, which is okay. I'm okay with that too. But I don't know. And then like when it comes to, I mean, I'm okay with like interracially dating or whatever, but even still, like being a black woman, I don't really know who else is open to that. So it's a really interesting dynamic. So
So you could create that.
So maybe you should.
I feel like you already did it. Like that sounds like an app to me.
Right. That sounds. You ain't got time for it.
Black beer singles.
You got time for it.
Wait, now that might be onto something.
That is, you are, because beer, this craft beer shit is expensive.
Yo,
I just like to share the cost. If we're both in it together, we can.
You want to have somebody help you with the journey. Yeah,
right. Y'all both
do this journey together.
Good.
Right. You buy the 6-pack, I buy the 4-pack today, and we'll reverse it.
Like
and definitely travel. Like 99% of my travel is for beer. Like when I travel, I'm traveling to go to a brewery in a specific area.
Mm-hmm.
And to like share that experience is a powerful thing. I even talked to like some of my friends before. And I mean, opposites attract. You can have different interests from your spouse and it's fine. But to like share something that is a big part of your life, and beer is a huge part of my life, like it would be great.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. That wasn't that you was trying to hide that idea, but it's not.
That's a dope bit.
It's not
dope.
bad.
That's a dope idea. That's a dope idea. I know plenty of folks that will be on that.
Yeah. All right, Lou, where can they find you?
For all your beer needs, Lou Belgium. I'm on them Instagrams.
All right, and yo,
Instagrams. You can find me on Instagram at 302 Yoda, and on Instagram and Facebook at Delaware on Grind.
Right, and you can find Devonair, who won out at Devonair _the_great on Instagram.
You can just pause this and see his picture as much as you want.
Yeah, there you go.
You can see his professional picture. His Carlton Banks picture.
All right.
It gave me Carlton Banks vibes too.
It definitely is.
Yeah,
that's his cousin,
does.
At least.
Yeah,
that's not Will. That's not Will from Philly. That's this Carlton.
Yeah,
that's Carlton from
Carlton.
That's the other cousin.
And you can find Bruising Banter Podcast at Bruising Banter Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts like Pandora and iHeartRadio. And you can check us out on YouTube as well when I ever post the videos.
It's gonna be a hot mess.
That's okay. We be there sometimes.
Sometimes we be there. That's all right.
Majority of the time, I was good until last week because I went on vacation. So that was my excuse.
That's a perfect excuse, man. Sometimes you gotta decompress. You gotta decompress.
That's it.
Got to.
Until next time.
Have a good week, everyone.
79. Peace.
Don't forget that promo code.